robe. I don't know. Let's see. A jacket or something. Figure what was wrong with the dang air conditioner. Y'all, I woke up at 2 and I called my cousin. We've been on the phone for about an hour and a half. So, hola, hola. I had to lay down, baby. I was asleep till about 2:30 from when we got off this morning. Hey, everybody. Hola, hola. Y'all cooking Sunday dinner? Who cooking? Ooh, this has been a wild schedule we've been on. Hey, hey India, hey everybody. This been a wild, ain't we been on a wild schedule? We've been on a wild schedule. Wild. Like we teenagers or something up in the damn middle of the night. Making spaghetti. Ooh, that sounds good. You making some cornbread or some garlic bread? I'm cooking CC pizza for dinner. That part. CC Pizza is the place where you go. That's where you going to eat, or you could buy CC's Pizza. Hey, Sarah. Hey. Cheesy garlic bread. Ooh, with a lot of butter. So when you squeeze it, the butter come out. Yes. I made black-eyed peas, smoked turkey. Ooh, with cornbread. And okay. You said I posted here. No, thank you. Roasting potatoes. Ooh. What? Ooh. Hello, family. I was 4 hours into the rewatch. It was good. That's so crazy. 4 hours. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. You can fold clothes. You can cook. You can do hair. It's all kind of stuff you can do in 4 hours. Listen, dual learning. We gonna multitask around here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Listen, going to my mom's for dinner. Yeah, kids do that. Probably if I lived where my kids is, we would have Sunday dinner. Probably. I like that meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. Ooh, shoot. Yeah, we family. I don't got nobody to cook for no more though, so I don't cook as much. But when I do, I ate them potatoes and refried that fish, baby, and went right on to sleep. Hey, the schedule been really crazy. Yeah, the rewatches. But you know what? Can I tell y'all something? I like when we have classes that are not necessarily about scripture. I like the even medium that we have. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about life and life experiences. You learning to cook for these rascals. Yeah, you'll need to do that because you got to teach them. You know what I'm saying? But everything doesn't have to be so spiritual, and you can have regular conversations. And I hope and pray that you all have learned to live better in your skin after being here. You know what I'm saying? Because church make you feel like if you do this or do that and everything is wrong and all this stuff, and it's like you have to learn. Having a relationship with God is like having a relationship with a person. No, thank you. It do sound good, don't it, to there? You know what I'm saying? So I pray that you all are learning that it's not so stressful to live with God. He's not putting a whole bunch of pressure on you to do anything. He wants you to make a decision with a sound mind. The devil be wanting you to make decisions that are frantic, and you're scatterbrained when you're doing it, so you mess up. You know? That's the one thing I love about being in a relationship, like in this the father-daughter relationship, because I can go to my dad when I don't understand and he'll help me. Yes, because that has so many jewels in it. Thank you, Pumpkin. Then yes, me too. It seems when we do that, it's always right on time. Thank you, Miss Hobbs. Have you been rude all your life, or just bits and pieces of it? User 3554. Have you been rude your whole life, or just a little bit of it? Because if you be quiet and listen, you would know. I have about 1,200 classes. You can go find out for yourself. CERCA TROVA 22 on YouTube. You find out for yourself. Be informed. People is crazy with no picture and no name. Yeah. I wonder if they ask them fake ass pastors they be going to church with that. Do you ask the pastor to just keep asking for your money if he real or he just talking? No. Sorry if the kids hurt me. See us in here laughing and having a good time, and you just gotta ruin it. Sucks for you. This is school, not church. It's gonna feel like church, but it's school. Anyway, right, we ain't even 7 minutes in. Good. So, did y'all see that there was like 7 earthquakes in the Carolinas? Did y'all see? During the time when the hurricanes were happening and the tornadoes, it was earthquakes as well. Or not Carolina, Florida. I think it's Florida and yeah. You said I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's what the news been talking about. Big John, did we talk about it? Did we, y'all? Did we talk about earthquakes in diverse places? In floods where it ain't supposed to flood? And the day after tomorrow weather? And you know what everybody is starting to say? Is this biblical? People are now questioning if you said, man, how much longer we got? You already know the sauce. Mr. The Sauce. We ready. We ready. The birthing pains. Did we talk about it? Did we? And then y'all seen something crash in DC? And did y'all see that Mr. Orange Face, not to offend nobody's candidate, left all his people stranded for 5 hours? Did we talk about that? It don't matter which candidate it is. But did we talk about if you doing all this and if they got a bunker you can't get in? I guess you can't get in his motorcade either because he had them people waiting for 5 hours in the dark, baby. And made them park 5 miles away. They had to wait 7 hours to get into the rally. Then they got bussed over there, and they said he was so cheap he didn't even pay for the people to get back. They was all out there stranded. You can go watch the videos. Yes, baby. Thousands of people. But he left because he in AZ today. Old people, young people, they was all out there stranded in the dark, in the mountains of wherever they was at, wherever Coachella is. Tell me that ain't crazy. Yes, Miss Williams. Old people, they was out there in the dark for like 5 hours. Hey, baby, that's why I ain't voting for. Because they don't care about you. They want your money. They just like the. Never mind. Y'all better quit putting y'all faith in these people and put y'all faith in God for real. In real life. Hello. Y'all don't think that's crazy? So if you will do that to people that's voting for you and spending their money to come see you, what happens when all hell breaks loose here? Ozzy, you want to tell me your social security number, honey? You're a stranger. Rain true? I don't think so. They was blaming it on everybody else but him, and he the one that's supposed to pay for it. They already making up their own stories. I said, "Oh Jesus, that's that blind faith I be talking about. You so blind you can't even see that this person means you no good. The only thing that happens is what you were able to prepare. Listen, and then let me tell you how petty the Kamala Harris. I don't want to say Miss Harris. Let me tell you how petty they is because you asking me where I'm at. I don't know you. You're a stranger, Ozzy. Then your parents teach you not to talk to strangers and tell them personal information. If not, let me help you. Oh, okay. Thank you. You good. So, with that, you just made me forget what I was about to say, sir. Did y'all see something real quick, everybody? If y'all got time, go look up what everybody's talking about, what happened in DC or Virginia or wherever they was at. Y'all see it? I told y'all I don't care about either one of them. But let me tell y'all what the Miss Harris people was doing. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Harris, why they under them people paws? Talking about that's crazy because we had drinks and snacks while we were waiting for our bus, and we didn't have to wait long. It was very organized, very. I said, get these people. I couldn't even put crowns on all of them, so I'm just gonna hold them up. You grab the one you want. If you was one of them people, there was a. They said, "Oh, that's wow." We had snacks and we didn't have to wait long. And there, when we were waiting for our buses, we had snacks and a drink. And these folks done been on here for 18 hours with nothing to eat, nothing to drink. I said, here y'all go. Y'all can have whichever one of these crowns y'all want, everybody. This is the petty princess crown. This is a petty king and prince crown. And this is a petty queen. Whichever one you want to put on your head. Because they was in there giving them the business. Listen, I said, I don't care what she passing out. She didn't leave them folks out there stranded. And they wasn't hungry all day. Whatever she did, she had hospitality. You didn't came to see me. You hear me? No. Her events be packed. I didn't see some. Mm-mm. No. And y'all know I don't care either way, but she got some hospitality that he don't. She got some hospitality that he don't have. Whatever the case, these people didn't put their money and stuff. Baby, I'd rather you at least you thought about me and not just yourself. No, we don't argue here, Rain True. We don't do that. That's a part of the family. We family here. We can have different opinions. We can have that. We know we got Trump supporters here. We got Harris supporters. We got nobody supporters. We don't do that. We a family that agree to disagree. We okay. We just having good fun. He know it. Yeah, we don't do that. Everybody got their own opinion. We don't argue over it. That's one thing we're not going to debate over here is religion or none of that. We put all that stuff to the side and just love on each other. That's why I don't vote, or for me, I don't vote either way because I feel like they two sides of one card. You know what I mean? But it do be crazy that you would do these people like that. It was old people out there. You can't have old people. They have medicine. What if they didn't bring it? 5 hours without some whatever their sugar get low, that's dangerous. And they out in the middle of nowhere. Let's throw the candidates, Republican, Democrat, out. You cannot do that to old people. I'm sure it was people out there's a lot of old people. They can't go hours and hours without eating and not having nothing to drink. And you in the middle of the desert and it's dark. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. That's not okay. You hear me? And that's anybody. You're not gonna leave no old person out in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere with no food, some of them probably was in wheelchairs and walkers and all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. That's not hospitality, whether you're a Democrat or not. It don't matter. You don't do that to people. Leave nobody stranded, and not just one person. It was thousands of people out there. Thousands. So that's the difference. Our power just came back on this morning. My neighbors don't have power still. Neighbors in like the next door. I broke down crying earlier for thankfulness. Wait a minute. The neighbors next door or across the street? Hold on. Let me write this down real quick. Let me give me some paper. Dang, I ain't got no paper in that. Yes, next door, across the street, everywhere. Everywhere! Everywhere! Everywhere. Are you serious? Across the street, next door, nobody got power but y'all. Okay, I'm going to write this out on a piece of paper. Here we go. Well, that's an ugly one. All up and down our street. Okay, here we go. And yes, that looks like a 6, but it's a G. Don't worry about my handwriting. Worry about your edges. Worry about your business. Because this looks like, we just going to do this. All of them capital but that one. Because it looked like a 6. Okay. We have a learning lesson for today. Are you guys ready for an exercise? You see how many times I rewrote it? Move on. Okay, here we go. I want to teach you all something if you've never learned this here. Are you ready? I need you to learn this acronym. Are you ready? Are you ready? Put your hand up if you're ready. Are you ready? Favor ain't fair, but it feel good. Let's go over it again, class. Favor ain't fair, but it feels good. Again, say it with me. Favor ain't fair, but it feel good. You mean to tell me out of all them houses, you the only one with power, baby? You probably the only one that anointed your house, and across the street next door to you, down the way, ain't nobody got no power but you, baby. Favor ain't fair, but it feel good. Yes, yes. Favor ain't fair, but it feel good. I know it ain't fair, Dad. I'm sorry, but thank you for favor, baby. I keep trying to tell y'all we gonna be a light in the dark world. It just keep proving itself that when you line up, you get what you need. Favor ain't fair, but it feel good, babe. Favor ain't fair, but it feel good. Thank you, Dad. Hallelujah for favor. I'd rather have favor than funds. I'd rather give me some favor, baby, because honey, favor can get you indoors that money and all that other stuff can't. Favor ain't fair, but it feel good. And now y'all see why I can't go. That's why I'm crying still. He blows my mind. Girl, you see, the first time I asked you to God, remember when I asked y'all to ask God to blow your mind? Who remembers me asking y'all? I didn't ask y'all 4 times, not just one. Y'all remember? Y'all remember saying, I said, I want y'all to say a statement for me. And I said, I need you to ask God to blow your mind. Y'all remember? Have he quit doing that since? He ain't quit blowing your mind yet, have he? You might have only asked one time, but he's still blowing your mind daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. He's still blowing your mind, and I like it. And now y'all see why I don't want to go back to fake Christianity. I don't want to go back to religion because favor ain't fair, but it feel good. And guess what? I'm going to go through this ugly so I can keep on getting this favor. Thank you, Dad. It didn't have to happen for you, but that don't mean it ain't gonna happen for me. And now y'all see why I don't let nobody speak no craziness over my life, because just because it's happening across the street and next door to me, that ain't my situation, babe. That ain't my situation. That ain't my. Listen, he said is if I got the faith, I can do. Okay, faith, that's free. Baby, I thought you was gonna ask me something that cost some money, baby. Baby, listen. You hear me? I thought I was gonna have to give you some money to get this favor. No, favor is free. And so is faith. Told y'all, don't speak nothing over my life. God can do whatever he want to do as soon as you take him out the box. He been out the box in my life a long time. And that's why I just keep seeing miracle after miracle after miracle. He got as many miracles as I need. He got more miracles than I need. But do I trust him to do it? Remember, we talked about how much faith do you really have and how much do you really trust God? And be honest with yourself about the percentage. And if it ain't high, grow it. Your miracles be as big as your faith. You hear me? So why would I keep letting my faith be little if he said if I got the faith to do it, he could do it? Bet. That's all I need. That's all I need. That's all I need. And that's why it was hard for me to stay in my situation I was in, because every time I'm speaking something good in our life, you speaking something negative. No, nigga, you keep on poking holes in this boat. No. I'm speaking stuff in our life and you speaking it out. Well, this ain't gonna work. I put a brick down, you throw it out the path. Baby, listen, I got a hole. And now you see why I don't want to be stuck in a hole with nobody that got a negative mindset. Tasia. You hear me? You hear me? I ain't trying to be stuck in no hole with nobody that got, nah, baby. We getting out of here. Oh my God. How are we gonna get out of here? Oh, no. Calm down, and we gonna figure this out. But if you ain't got faith that we gonna get out of here, let me stand on your shoulders so I can get out. Let's get out of here. That's all we need to know. We surviving and we getting out. That part. You ain't about to be speaking no crazy stuff over my life and I receive it. Absolutely not. I used to tell people I don't receive any of that. Oh, your kids are gonna do this. I don't receive none of that. Tasia, let me stand on your shoulders then. Since you say we not getting out of here, you don't speak for me. Speak for you. Say you not getting out of here. I'm getting out. And if you want to stay because you done spoke that on you, let me stand on your shoulders so I can get up out of here. I might be able to pull on me a root or something and get on, make me a ladder, pull these and make me a rope and throw it around a tree. I don't know, but I ain't standing here with you. You what? We gonna die. Don't speak for yourself. We ain't gonna get out. We gonna be this. Don't speak. The Bible say what you have is what you speak. Got me messed up. Tiana, mine too, been writing and speaking with faith backed up. Listen, Miss Lene, I'm trying to tell you, I do not play. Listen, grab something. He said I can have, and see, this be the problem. People be mad when they see your faith in action. I'm going to say it again. People be mad when they see your faith in action. When you speak something and it comes to pass, because they done already said, oh, they crazy. That ain't going to happen. And then they got to eat them words. Do they taste good? Do the salty words you was speaking against my life, you need some water? You look a little parched. You look a little parched, babe. Them little salty words you thought you tried to throw over here, honey, it didn't do nothing but purify my situation. Thank you. Thank you. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna be nothing. That ain't gonna happen. Why would you speak that? Hater? I only want people around me just speaking good things in my life. And I ain't saying you got to tell me what I want to hear. Check me when I'm wrong. But we definitely ain't doing that. Two? No, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing it. And so hopefully y'all, now y'all see why I don't, as soon as you say you jealous, or you don't think I deserve something. Because I've even had people tell me, I didn't feel like you deserved nothing you had. Not to my face when I was helping you with what I had. Not when you would take stuff out of my house. What the hell is wrong with you? You don't know. Listen, I be asking God to let people speak what they really feel about me, baby. And some of your friends, you, woo! My aunt told me to my face I wasn't going to finish school. Baby, they be speaking that. Listen, I wasn't going to finish school, and I proved it wrong by finishing, and I was determined to graduate. Come on, Kanisha. Did. No, thank you. Did. I done had so many people speak negative things over my life, and the quickest thing I tell them is I don't receive none of that. Doctors, whatever. I don't receive that. I'm not taking your diagnosis now. If God agree with you, okay. But if he don't, yeah, I'm not taking none of that. People told me when I was first starting my business that I wasn't going to start it, that I wasn't going to be able to do this, that I wasn't going to be. I did all of it. I did all of it. No matter what the situation was that I was living in. I got to see it all. So, no. You choose if you let people speak over your life. Don't. Unless it's some good stuff, or they trying to help you grow, pruning you to grow. Everything else I rejected. I have observed people who wouldn't tell me what I needed to hear. Now they not connected to me. Ooh. You see, TT don't play. Listen, I don't know if you sister TT, but baby, I don't. If you're not around me to make me a better person, you don't get to be around me. Me and my cousin was just talking about this, and we was talking about going to the club, and my friends that wanted to get into fights, and I always want a parking lot pimp and be out here. I got kids at home, and if I feel like my stomach telling me to move, I'm gonna leave you. I will. Me and my cousin said, "Girl, we'll take our walk and we'll." But that's when I don't ride to the club with nobody, because when I'm ready to go, or if an event, no. Some people like to be in the middle so they can feel relevant. No, I'm on the outskirts. Always been. I don't want to be nowhere in the middle of nothing. I want to be able to observe from afar. No, thank you. I'm not about to get trampled and pushed and no. That ain't a fun time to me. Nope. I need to be able to get to my car and leave, or whatever it is. So no, thank you. I appreciate it, but I don't want no parts of it. You pay attention to the places that people take you, right? Pay attention to the places they want you to enjoy with them. Are they dangerous? And if so, if you care about me, why would you take me here? Or if a person say they care about you but they keep you upset all the time, they won't give you the answers that you need. How about that? We talked about, we'll just use relationships because that's the easiest thing, or friendships. How would you feel if your best friend knew that your spouse was out doing stuff and they was in your face for a long time? Not with them, but with somebody else, and they never told you. And you're crying to your friend for 2 years about your spouse, feeling like you starting to feel like you crazy or whatever, but your friend who is in your face knows for a fact they have information that could change your life and they allow you to suffer. How would you feel? That's information that'll change your life. I don't go nowhere with people, especially if I never been. I learned that lesson. Okay, you would be heartbroken, sis. I was just typing about my old best friend who I cut off, and she did that. I be in your business at your house too. See, if Queen is in here, Queen, I be in everybody's business, not just yours. Baby, listen. You said, girl, you said, yes, girl, I stood up. Don't make the people think you crazy, have a seat. I'm trying to tell you. No, I ain't even gonna fight you. No. That's what you want. Cause see, then that's a reason for you to go cheat with the nigga. Call yourself getting me back. So you got to look at the traps people play for you too. I told you I had an old best friend. Her thing was, like, say for instance, she always had kickback. So she'll have a kickback and she'll invite a lot of trifling people. When you in the bathroom, when you outside having a conversation, she's in there trying to hook somebody up with your spouse. If she can get them to cheat with them, she ain't gonna say nothing to you because she wants to cheat with them. Why she be in your face? I'm trying to tell you, I watched it for about 15 years. I said, oh yeah, no. I said, so you just gone. Oh wow, honey, yeah. See, these spirits be working overtime. Yeah, that's how she would get him to cheat with her. She said, I know if he'll cheat with her, he'll cheat with me. Because then her thing was, if you don't cheat with me, I'ma tell that you cheated with her. This was her whole run up. I'm talking about for a long time. And I used to be like, and this is the friend that used to be like, we don't know who none of your baby daddies is. We never see nobody you date. And you won't. And the one time I brought a real nigga around you, oh yeah, you was on that BS, and that's the girl I beat up. If it wasn't for a dollar, I'd probably be in jail for unaliving somebody. You said what? And it wasn't even about that. You doing this in my face. No, I'm for real. Because I done came to you and checked you and said, hey, back up. I see you. Oh, you're acting. Okay, baby. Her face almost met the engine of her car, honey, while it was running with the belt on that head, baby. You better leave me alone, baby. I was tied on that head. Yeah. You hear me messing my knee up. That's probably where I was messed up now. Girl, trying to tell you that my knee, that's why I'm always rubbing it. It's probably from when I did that. Because whatever you used to see, and God will punish that. That's why my knee don't work now, probably. Co-worker speaking in Spanish about me. But my grandma be knowing and let it be. But let me pop off at the mouth. Listen. I wasn't fighting over him. I'm fighting over you been my friend for 15 years. How I met you is someone else was trying to kick your door down when your baby was 4 weeks old, trying to run you up. She was a neighbor at first. And we had our babies about a month apart. I didn't know her. I would just see her. She was pregnant. I was pregnant. I go outside. I see some people trying to kick her door. And I'm like, I don't know these people, but baby, she just had a baby. I should have let them. Because I didn't know what was going on. And then 15 years later, I end up being the one to give out that. Damn. You hear me? About 15 years later, 11 years later, baby, I was the one that was handing out the whooping. You hear me? Crazy too. Crazy. You're not gonna disrespect me. F this nigga. You're not gonna disrespect me. It ain't about him. It's about I ain't disrespected you. I don't be trying to hook your dude up with nobody. I don't be trying to go behind your no. I just told my cousin today. I said I walked away from a couple friends, and now they all walked away from one another. Yeah. I don't want to be around nobody that don't have good ethics. Because if you will do it to them, you will do it to me. And that is a lesson that I learned very, very, very early in life. I'm about to show y'all something. Man, we didn't read the story. Let's do it. Hold on one second. Excuse me. Okay. You're going to need book 1. You're going to need your book 1. Need your book 1. I'm not rushing y'all because I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. Ethics, right? If you will steal from them, you'll steal from me. If you will cheat and have me cover it up, you'll let my nigga cheat and don't say nothing. You hear me? If you will show her where her man there being messy, you will do it to me. No, anything that you don't care about, if you steal from a store, you will steal from me. If you do it to them, if the situation arise, you'll do it to me. You hear me? So if the nigga a lot of her, he a lot of you. If he'll eye you while he with her, he'll eye her while he with you. You hear me? No. Ain't no honor. That part. No. Girl, I'm about to, girl, oh, okay. I'm peeping. I told you, I seen that in my marriage, that the mama would bring the ex-girlfriends around and call the ex-girlfriends and all of this kind of stuff. Oh, you messy. No, we're not doing that. It don't matter what you say out of your mouth. I watched you do it to your other son. I watched you have him be with his girlfriend at his place, and you showed up to my house with his ex-girlfriend talking about how long you gonna be with her. I hadn't even been married to your son a year and a half. So if you doing this, you would do this with marriage. And I know, because when we first got together, you did it. You called him and told him his ex-girlfriend was in town, knowing he was with me. So this your thing, babe. So I can't even expect him to really even be an honest person, because look what you do. Period. He watched you. The reason my son is respectable, the reason he ain't running through chicks and all of this and that. Now, I ain't gonna say I didn't date. I did. But I taught him, no, you gonna have some ethics, boy. My daughters, same thing. They told y'all they couldn't have different dudes pulling up to my crib. You got one nigga that can pull up here, and that's it. Whatever little boy you dating, because they was almost grown. You ain't about to have 10, 12 niggas pulling up to my house. We not doing that. And I'm going to call them by the wrong name, baby, because you going to be honest. You not playing with nobody. We're not doing that. Mom, I'm telling you, I will call him by that name. You better have him pick him up, have him pick you up down the way, or go over your friend's house and have him pick him up. You got one nigga that can come over here. The one that's going to come in and watch movies with us and be in our family stuff. Other than that, oh no, you're not running through no niggas out of my house. We're not doing that. My son, same way. You can't bring 15 girls over here. You got one you can bring to the house. You better meet the other one somewhere else, because I'm not doing that. Self-respect, exactly. And when you're dating, that's something different. If you're single, but if you claiming, Mom, this is my boyfriend or this is my girlfriend, oh, don't bring nobody over here, because well, hey, Larry. My name is John. Hey, Larry. Oh, I thought your name was Larry. It's John, ma'am. Okay, well, Larry, you have a good day. Why your mama calling me Larry? I don't know. You said, I love that. I will call them by the wrong name. Will. I used to do it to my brothers. I didn't start that with my kids. I started it with my homeboys and my brothers. Hey, Keisha. My name's Tasha. Hey, Keisha. Girl, I thought your name was Keisha. Hey. And my brother in the background like, Will. Because I don't want nobody doing that to me. You want somebody to do that to you? Be all in your face talking to you, girl, hey, sister. All of this, and the whole time she knows 15 chicks coming through here. She saying, hey, sister, and everybody. You want somebody to play in your face like that? You want somebody playing with your child like that? Because I don't. That kind of stuff get people hurt. Because what about when they pull up at the same time? Then what? Now you a liar. No. This is not Mosey Rosie or Hotel Pop. It ain't. If you don't want no... why is you doing... If you don't want nobody doing it to you, don't do it to nobody else, whatever that is. If you don't want to be disrespected, don't disrespect other people. If you don't want nobody knowing your business, don't ask about nobody else's business. But y'all have even seen here, people coming here asking me all kind of personal questions, and then when I ask them about their social security number or whatever it is, it's like, why are you asking me that? Why are you asking me if I'm single? It's none of your business. Me being married don't got nothing to do with you. How I pay none of that stuff is your business. So if I can't ask you personal questions, I would suggest you don't try to ask me any. Plain and simple. I know of someone who was unalive when pulling up. I'm trying to tell you, I don't want no parts of it. Do unto others. That part, auntie. No, I'm supposed to be going to the bathroom. Okay, so get your paper and get your pen and get your device, because we're not going to be on here long. It is a very dangerous game, and that's why I don't want to date nobody that can't be honest about who they're dating, because if we out, you know who she is, I don't know who she is. And think about this, right? Can we talk about it real quick? Can we just talk about it real quick? Let's say, for instance, that you are stepping out of your situation. And that person knows you have a significant other. And maybe they've found your Facebook, because we know people don't have no problem, especially if they're dealing with somebody. Because you're going to take them to your friend's house and around certain people. And those people are probably friends with your spouse on Facebook. So it's not hard to find the person, right? So what if that person starts to watch your spouse at work? They know when they at McDonald's. They know when they in the car with your kids. And they're watching from someone else's page. She or he don't know. So they're posting the neighborhood, in the backyard, all of these different things. And because this person wants you so bad, because you're lying to them and telling them that this person makes you miserable, and this person, that's why they the best things, and they feel like, okay, I need to get you out the way. So now I'm going to Target. I'm at Target, and it's a lady following me and acting like she bumping into me, but whole time no, you're not about to play with my life like that. You're not about to play with my house, my life, my mind, my body. No. People don't think about that when they're sneaking out, that it could be a person hunting your significant other because they want you for themselves. They don't care about destroying your kid's life. They don't just care about destroying your life. They don't care. Do you hear me? So it's fun until somebody get hurt. That didn't even know what was going on. But you didn't think about what could happen. All you thought about is what you wanted to feel. Well, now what you feeling? Now what you feeling? What's your feeling now? Something you can't unfeel because you can't change it. You can't go back because you wasn't honest. No, I don't want to deal with nobody that got no crazy kid. If you ain't man or woman enough to say I'm dealing with both of y'all or whatever, and I don't want y'all arguing or whatever else it is, no, we're not doing that. You don't get to make a decision on my life. I got grandkids. I got kids that I want to live for. And because you don't know how to be honest about whatever it is that you do, you can't play with my life like that. No. Lots of crazy situations could come up. Right. My ex has women who knew me the whole time and I didn't know nobody. They knew my car and everything. Girl, could have been showing up to your job. Baby, if you ain't honest, you can't be around me. And I'm talking about even if my homegirl, you not honest, you ain't about to have no nigga pulling up on us, mad, and baby, no. No. I learned my lesson. And I realized the amount of ethics that a person has determines their quality of life. You hear what I said? The amount of ethics that a person has in their life determines the quality. Book one. Yes, you gave me a flashback. My husband did that to me and I didn't know her, but she knew me. See? 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 I'm sure. I think that my ex-husband was messing with the lady across the street, but again, I dream. I dream, and then my covering is a dreamer as well. So she called me and told me a dream about a lady with a boy and a girl, right? And she was like, baby, she was taking all the milk out your house. Well, when I went and looked it up, milk is wealth or finances, right? She didn't know that he had switched the money out of accounts and everything. You hear me? She didn't even know that. And he would go outside and stand, because we lived in like some condo, like townhouse apartments. So our back doors faced each other. And I had already said something to him about this young lady. Right? Now y'all tell me what y'all think. The day I had him move out, she moved out the next day. Quickly. She would be sitting outside on her car. He would be sitting outside in his truck, like bagged in, or he would bag in so he could. You hear me? I didn't, baby. And she had a little boy and a little girl. You hear me? But this is the thing. I told y'all I was going to be better, not bitter. So when God told me, I just wrote it down. Do you hear me? I was on my way out. Baby, listen. I'm not sorry at all. I'm happy it happened. Because the moment that you allowed yourself to be in another space of another woman, that was my golden ticket to leave. Because I'm not going to cheat back. I'm not doing none of that. I'm going to ride this out. And then when I leave, I don't got to look back. I'm not going to have no regrets. You, on the other hand, but dishonest people normally do. I don't have no regrets because I told you what I felt. I told you what I meant. And I meant what I said. And I did what I said. I don't got nothing to regret. Nothing. I don't have any regrets. I don't think about, I wish we were still married. Don't. Don't. Now, do I talk about him because I have to tell the experiences that I went through? Yes. But even with that, I start telling God after the first year, I'm going to be better, not bitter. You want me to be a bitter ex-wife or something, but I'm not going to be that. And I'm going to take this experience and everything that I learned and help other people learn what to look for. And not just in marriage, because it's not even about marriage. It is about understanding that when you interact with people, you have to take other people's feelings into consideration. You have to be, in control of yourself. And this is my thing. If you cannot be honest about who you are as a person, then I don't know you, so why am I around you? I don't do strangers. You want to hide parts of your life from me? Oh, no. I don't care if it's a homegirl or not. Because I'm going to be 100% with you all the way. That means I don't know who you is. No. That's why I'm so mad at myself, because I should have left then. I don't know why I even tried to fix this marriage. It's experience, baby. You're going to help a lot of people. Yeah, you're going to help a lot of people. Do not look at it as you just got your seeds to grow something. Start a group. Be better, not bitter. Baby, it's written in my journal so many times, and I am better, not bitter, babe. That's what I was telling y'all last night. I'm not about to mistreat nobody that come around here. I'm going to treat them better than I treated you, crazy. Everybody in my life started out with an A. You take yourself to an F. That's a fact. You hear me? Everybody that I meet starts out with an A. I have no reason not to believe what you say. I have no reason not to trust you. I have no reason not to think that you're going to abandon me or what. I don't have no reason. Thank you. I have no reason to think that. If I start thinking that, it's not based on anything anybody else did to me. It is only based on my interaction with you. Period. That's a reality. You hear me? Since I tell you people, you start at 100, but you work your way down. Yeah. Everybody started, I'm trying to tell you. You said I must be your long lost sister, because once you start to understand that I'm not basing, me and my mom did not have a good relationship. But the woman I call my godmother, we have an amazing, like, that's my mama. You hear me? And I love my mother, don't get me wrong. But I didn't let the relationship that I had with my mother make me not trust a mother figure in my life. Because then I'm just still going to be miserable and feeling whatever else. So when God sent me a spiritual mother, oh, I latched on to her. One that was good, because he had sent me others before, but they was fake. But this one I have now, she been my spiritual godmother for 20 years, baby, and she didn't call everything in my life since. Matter of fact, my baby just turned 21. 21 years this woman has been in my life, and my life changed drastically after she showed up, because her heart is right. And when you get around people that their heart is right, your life change. It change. When you meet genuine people that are not pretending, that are not whitewashed, they make you work on yourself. And some people don't want to work on themselves, so they just go away. Or they try to, no. And that's why people go away from me, because I can't do no fake folks. You're going to have to be honest with me, because I'm an empath, and God has given me the gift of, I'm a seer, and I get to see prophecy, babe. This is like a triple whammy over here. Just tell the truth. Please. Please don't lie. Just go and tell the truth. Please do. Because if he because I asked God to tell me about the people that I labor among. I need to know your character so I don't get in trouble. You hear me? I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to be in trouble. No, thank you. Can I ask y'all a question? No, I'm not. Can I ask y'all a question? Do y'all see all the drama with the people that have gone on people's podcasts? And how viperish, I don't even know if that's a word, venomous that whole podcasting life is becoming? It's a dog world out there. And 2.5 years ago, I told you I probably won't be doing any of that. I don't know. There's one person I told her I'd come on our podcast, the Grave Lady. But that's why I was fearful. And I ain't going to say fearful. I was cautious. Not fearful. I was cautious because I just had a feeling that a lot of that was going to cause a lot of chaos. And it does. Because people want views, they want ratings, they want shares, and people are doing whatever they can to get them. Instead of just being genuine and doing what they do, everything now is for a coin. And it takes away from the validity of whatever message it is that you, because once you start doing stuff for money, whatever it is that you do, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Well, that you started off good, but something changed to where you will even put yourself in the presence of people that really make you sick to your stomach on purpose, just for $1. To then turn around and be on some funny stuff. It don't make your character look good. You know what I mean? So if y'all wonder why I be over here, I just be over here. I'm gonna read this to y'all, but I'm gonna block out certain parts of it, and then we're gonna read what we're gonna read. Y'all open to it, and I'm gonna skip through because some of it is super personal. But can I read this journal entry to y'all? I don't know why we going here, but this might be helping somebody. Y'all ready? Okay, so this is 9:15 a.m. on January 18, 2021. So the day after I gave him the papers and he left. The day after. I served him the papers on the 17th. By the 18th, he was moving out. Okay? So I said, Lord, what is this trial trying to teach me? My heart feels several ways. One of the things I desired was a husband who loved you and me. I'm grateful for all of the fire, the trials, and the suffering. Thank you for my godmother and her direction. Thank you for several people who he sent to help me in my time of need. And I said, Jehovah Jireh, I need you to come in like a flood. Please show my enemies your might. Lord, I am only human, and I can only take so much. God, I have forgiven things that have crushed my spirit. I have loved someone that made me feel unlovable. God, he has lied to my face so many times. How can this be what is supposed to happen? I know you've seen this played out already, and I just ask that you lead me in the way that I should go. As long as you are there, I know I can go through anything. I know you don't give me your least. You always give me your best. You've seen my life from one end to the other, and I just need instruction from the one who knows everything. Thank you for all you do and have done and will do. I am grateful for at 9:24 a.m. And I said, what do you not want me to do? Just tell me. I'm going to be better, not bitter, baby. What you're not about to do is destroy me. God, where you want me to go? I done forgave all kind of crazy stuff. But look here, if you let me out, I'm going. And all I'm asking, and he has given me his best. I'm in trial in February of 2022, a year later. Baby, your faith is going to take you further than any finances. I promise you. Listen, grow it. You'll never forget it. Favor ain't fair, but it feel good. Thank you, Jesus. Even in your fire, if you do right, oh God. You hear me? You be walking out like this. Wait. You got some more for me? Okay, well, put it in my pocket. Thank you. More joy, more happiness, more strength, more courage, more. Go away. You said dabbing in Christ. Is. You hear me? To. And I think that's why I was okay with being single, because I used to be like, well, what do you want me to trade for my relationship with God? Some meat? Well, I don't think so. That's not enough. What else you got? Headaches, lies, deceit. Mm-hmm. But you cute though. Right. You got to argue. I might have to ask you more than 3 times. And you want me to trade this for, before I can even think about it, he send it to me? Now, have I slipped and failed? Of course. Did I walk willingly into some stuff? Of course. But it ain't nothing I'm about to stay in. That's why it took me to 36 to get married. Baby, you ain't, Because I value marriage, whether you do or not. So it don't matter what you go and do. I'm not going to do it because I understand leave me alone. Faith will take you further than your finances. Yes, baby. You don't have to have any finances when you got favor. I told y'all I walked into a job I had never sold insurance, but I'm like, I'm going to try it. You know, when you young, you just be like, I'm about to see where the bread is. So somebody was like, you could learn to sell insurance. I'm like, my cousin sell insurance. She made pretty good money. I'm going to try it. Okay. Somebody up there. I go to the job interview. And I want to say I had to borrow some money to get to the job interview. I said, God, I need this money. I need you to show me what to do. Tell me what to say. He told me what to put on and everything. Y'all, why I walked out that interview with $200? That man said, I'm going to pay you for your first 2 days in cash. I said, bet. So when I got back to the house and showed my friend, she said, I said, here go your money and a little extra change. Thank you. She said, wait a minute, where did you get this money? I said, the man hired me. He said he gonna pay me for my first 2 days in cash. And I bet, because he wanted me to start immediately. I said, look at God, because I need to be about 150. That's about how much I needed to do what I need to do with it. And I was able to put some, listen, look, thank you. Oh, listen. Y'all don't understand the miracles I have seen. And people be like, that's crazy. I'm like, you just watched it happen. You was here when I said what I said, and then you watched it happen. This is a real thing. You hear me? Grow your faith. Hey, pumpkin, grow your faith. And people be mad. What's our acronym? What is it? What's the letters? Favor ain't what, but it's what? What is it? What's the letters? We didn't add it on the seed and CCC, and we got a new one. Favor ain't fair, but it feel good. Oh, okay. Don't it, Sarah? How you the only person for 2 blocks with lights? Now, you was the only person with 2 blocks for lights when you had your emergency light bulbs and stuff. Now you the only person with lights on the whole block. Okay. Favor ain't fair, but it feel good, baby. Leave me alone. Favor ain't fair, but it feel good. Thank you. Because you said my daughter needed $50. I stretched and gave it to her. My grandson walked in and gave me 80. Baby, don't he do it? Baby, don't he do it? Baby, don't he do it? He always multiply. This is why I don't pay to be stingy. You want me to miss out on my blessings? My mama used to, I'm telling y'all, she used to say, girl, you just so naive. You'll give everybody everything. You ain't even got nothing for yourself. And you be mad when them blessings show up. You be upset. I'm going to need you to fix that stomach virus face. I think I seen that on Cat Williams' show one time. It's people that used to tell me I would not be giving to the homeless. I would not be doing this. I would not be taking my tithes to no church I don't go to and putting it in the mailbox. Baby, I sowed seeds in Hindu, communities. It could be an Asian church. I don't even know because I can't even read the words because it ain't in English. But where they mailbox at, I open it and just throw cash in there. I would sow in a Presbyterian, Methodist, AME, Baptist, Apostolic, non-denominational. Baby, I was throwing my tithes in so many different. God said, when you sow, right? My husband's job been fighting the unemployment for months. Tell me why everyone got to the court process and got denied. Everyone except my husband. You know what? Ah! You said what now? You said everybody got denied but my brother because he paid his tithes. He help people. He give. I keep trying to tell y'all, favor ain't fair, but it feel good, babe. Ooh. See? The letter came today on a Sunday. Ain't today Sunday? I didn't know the mail be running on Sunday. On a day when, look here. I be trying to tell y'all. So Sarah the only one for blocks that got power. And bro, everybody went to the court, and except for him, everybody got denied. Baby, listen, favor ain't fair, but it feel good. I keep trying to tell y'all better get you some. Ditch the fake Christianity and get you relationship. Relationship feel good, babe. It's doors you can get in because you know it's places and things that's going to happen. I keep trying to tell y'all. Okay, you want to go back to the other place? When God asked y'all to stop doing certain things, it was for a reason. Because he was going to show up. Sometimes you got to take the harder way. Sometimes the easy way, the wrong thing to do is sitting right in front of you. I'm trying to tell you. But what you going to do? But he bless you when you try to do the right thing. And that ain't saying you ain't going to mess up. That ain't saying get back up and don't stay there, though. You hear me? Don't stay there. I keep trying to tell you, people's like, I wouldn't be doing this. I don't care because you don't understand the game. See, you thinking short term. That's what you doing. You thinking short term. I'm thinking longevity. See, the come ups be short term, but the punishment for the come up be a long time. So I'm gonna reverse that. I'm gonna do the right thing. He might leave me in a situation for 4 years. But remember we talked about asparagus? Who remembers me telling you to write down that you want an asparagus blessing? Y'all remember we talked about the asparagus blessing? Who remembers that class? Anybody? When we was talking about different vegetables, wait a while. It takes 3 years. Come on. 3 years for asparagus. But how long do it grow for? How long can you eat? When you wait 3 years, how long can you eat on that asparagus? You ain't got to do nothing and it's going to grow. Over 14, it's like 14 to 21 years, you ain't got to do nothing. So, yeah, you had to wait. That's why I told y'all, I'll wait for my partner, for my whatever. I'll wait. Because wait a minute. There's some fruits and vegetables, I got to plant them every single year or they're not going to do nothing. That I won't have them. But I can plant this for 3 years, nourish the dirt, wait on it, and then when I get it, I can eat off of it for over almost two decades. Bet that's the kind of blessings I want. I'll wait. You said my grandparents had asparagus fields, so you already know. You hear me? I'll wait. I'll wait. I'm okay. I'll wait. And yes, do it get crazy? Do it get dark? Yeah, you keep looking at a spot where you done planted some asparagus, and it's been 365 days, 700 and however many, and now 1,028 days or whatever, and you still ain't seen nothing. Then you walk in the house one day, and you walk outside, and you see a bit of green. And then you see it, and then it grows exponentially. Am I wrong? It can double its height or grow at least 4 inches like a day. Right? It grows fast. So I done waited on this blessing, baby. Ain't seen nothing. Been in the dark for 3 years. Everybody talking crazy because they just walking over my dirt. I thought you planted something. I thought you was going to get married. I thought you was going to do something. I thought you was going to start a business. God said, be quiet. Just don't do nothing. Just keep watering. I know you don't see nothing. Just keep putting some nutrients in the soil. I know you don't see nothing. I know it. It's okay. Let them keep walking. Because when you get ready to eat, baby, you about to eat for a long time. And it's going to be blessing after blessing. As soon as you cut it and you get one, it's going to be another one. And it's going to be so much that you can feed other people off of your blessings, baby. I'm cool. I'll wait. I can do a lot in this house. I'm single. My kids grown. I ain't got nobody to take care of but me. I don't got to sit on this internet. Baby, I could be out here wilding if I want to. I'll wait. Because the blessings that I've seen now, the blessings that I saw before now when I chose to go ahead and wait, and even when I was in a situation, like I said, people will see the favor on your life and try to snuff it out. I was married to somebody that did that to me. Every time I said I'm going to do this, they spoke against it, jokingly. And when I said, okay, let's do this, when it was time for that to happen, nothing. It was always an excuse as to why you couldn't. But it's okay, because this is the thing. God said, just wait. Just wait. Because if I would have been in the situation that I was in February, or God would have allowed this to happen, he would have ruined it. I can honest to God say, I believe in my heart that the energy that he used to bring to the house, I could be online with somebody studying, or on FaceTime. He'll see all my books. I'm talking. And I'm like, you don't see I'm having a... Okay, let me call you back. There's no way I could sit here for 7 hours or 6 hours or get up in the middle of the night and be able to have it wouldn't have worked. So God had to move him out of the way for my blessing to come and for me to be able to continue my walk with him, and I'm okay with that. Do you hear me? Because I'm not saying you don't matter, but what I'm saying is I'm not putting my relationship with God behind nobody. I'm not going to treat you bad because God is in my life, but I'm going to take note of everything that you say, and then I'm going to pray. What do you want me to do with this? And then he'll start telling you. You will hear conversations before they even had and be looking at the person, and they'll be like, what? Nothing. So you told me he was going to lie. You told me he was going to not come home on time. That's why he said, get the kids ready, do this, do that. So when he walk in, y'all already sleep. Don't say nothing. Big. You told me 4 weeks ago to go on and hit the couponing hard and buy everything for 6 months. Didn't know why. Boom. 2 weeks later when the bills was getting ready to be paid, but I had paid them up. Like, it was a month ahead. 2 weeks after that, y'all, he switched the money out of the account. I said, but the bills was already paid. You're going to be gone about 2 weeks. You're going to be gone about 2 weeks. And then you'll come back with some sob story of why you shouldn't have let nobody get in your head. Whatever it is. Yeah. Whatever. But God already told me what you was going to do. So 4 weeks ago, he told me what to prepare for. And I did. And when I listened, whatever stress you thought you was about to leave me in, it didn't work. It didn't work. God didn't say it wasn't going to happen. He said, this is going to happen, so you need to prepare. It's when you shake it out your mind that you be broke down. And this is why he used to be pissed off. He said, God told you already. You already know he did. I don't know why you keep playing. Did. Did. God never said it wasn't going to happen. He said, I'm going to take you through it. Oh, okay. This is the thing. I didn't put him before God. That was one of the problems. I didn't put him before God. Mm-mm. That was one of the problems. He was mad at my connection with God. He used to say stuff like, you're not the only one that has a connection. Well, what do he be telling you? Because you keep on doing the wrong stuff. You say you got a connection, but you can tell me that I know you so well and I've been married to you and you don't know me at all. And if God is the source of our knowledge, you can't be going to him like you say, because you wouldn't keep pissing me off and doing stuff that is destroying my whole soul. I don't believe you. Actions speak louder than words. If you talking to God, he gonna soften your heart against me. But if you not, he's not going to. But if you see me as competition, you won't never soften your heart to me. And this is why I don't do people that I feel like they in competition. I'm not in competition with nobody. I'm just living my everyday life. If that makes you feel like you want to race, I don't know what to tell you. Because I'm not running. You can't be a better me than me. You need to just be you. So if you're in competition with me, that means you're trying to be me. I don't want to be you. The only person I want to be is myself. And if we a team, that means I gotta treat you like I treat myself, and I ain't about to mistreat myself. It's amazing the thoughts I've had as I've grown closer to God. Dreams, just random thoughts, everything. I pay close attention to the birds and the animals more so than ever. I'm trying to tell you, gotta open up your sight so you quit looking at all the wrong stuff. Mm-mm. And people be mad when you got a connection with God because they don't want you to see. But most times it's because they're deceitful. But God will open up your understanding. So, because he don't want you to, thank you, pumpkin. He don't want you to be troubled and stressed out and angry. He needs you to be at peace so that you can teach the life lessons you got to teach. And once I realized that the devil want to keep you guessing and trying to figure stuff out in your mind in turmoil because they won't tell you the truth, but God be telling you the truth. And that is where that fight in your spirit comes from. When you just keep saying, mm-mm. And they'll try to say you paranoid. They'll try to say that you start stuff. But really, God being told you exactly what they did, and they know that there's no way that you could know. And so they got to make you think you crazy. But God, when you ask God for the truth, that's all he going to give you is the truth. And the truth don't be feeling good. Sometimes you said be gaslighting you. I'm trying to tell you. But you can't gaslight me if I go to God and ask him about your character. He gonna tell me. Especially if I gotta be connecting with you. Oh no, I need to know who you are. The last 5 years of my life, this is every word of what I experienced. Pumpkin, listen. And that's why I don't care about telling it. Because somebody needs to hear that. It don't always gotta be like that. And I sit and read the word in the morning. I hear the first song. Bird of the day. I thank him daily. I love the birds. Yeah. Your quality of life depends on your ethics. That's not saying you just gonna be balling out or whatever else, but the peace that you will have in your life. And see, there's people that like to create chaos in other people's lives, and that gives them peace. Like a woman or man that will call and get you upset and won't tell you the truth and have you all whatever, not answering the phone. Instead of just being honest and saying what it is and putting your mind at rest, they would rather keep you in confusion and tell people you crazy. Let me go ask that about you being in my You said I'm right behind you. Shay Shay said I'm right behind you. She on her way. I'm sick of you. I missed you, and you tell me you sick of me? Quit throwing stuff in my room. Come get your shirt out of here. Hurry up. Quit changing your clothes in my room, looking in my mirror. Get your stuff. Then be mad talking about how I get in your room because you brought it in here. Because you brought it in here. Hell. Because every time I get on here, you sound like her, Shay. Shay said, that's what she said. You get over. Listen, this the thing, family. Fine. Which shirt? The red or the purple? The purple one. Come get it. And quit leaving your stuff in here. Me talking about how I know all you was in my room because you left your stuff in here. Don't be in your business about where your clothes is. Well, you left them in my room. Do you hear me? You left them in here. That's where you left them in. Anyway, let's get to our reading. Fooling with y'all. I don't know. Do you see why we don't script our classes? Do you see? Well, since you acting funny, give me my gym shoes back. You can have them. Because I'm tired of them. I told you come get them 2 weeks ago. You going to say no, leave them in there. Because you want a reason to come in my room. You not slick. You want to wait till I leave and tell mama you about to go in my room and get your shoes, but you don't never get them. And every other week, that's the same excuse for you to be messing with my stuff. I see you. Listen. You said, nah, God is good because good is too little. Listen. I love y'all too. We gonna clown over here. Thank you. Ain't nobody got time to be bad, but guess what? She probably was in my closet. You already know, Miss Lady. She was in my closet. She didn't say the red one, Queen. She wants you to come back in low key. Because she don't know. I already put the red one down in the washing machine. And it's gonna be folded up and left on the dryer because she do laundry after me. You'll not have a reason to come back in here. Take all your stuff. You don't need to be coming back for days at a time getting your stuff. Take everything now. If you can't, I will pack everything up for you and it will be at the door when you get here. All of it. I don't want you to have a reason to come back here. That's how I be for real in real life. Everything that you think you ever gave me, you bought, whatever you need to take it with you. Take everything. I don't want, not an absolute memory. I'm going to need you to take all your stuff. I'm for real. I'll give you all your stuff back. She put it on the washing machine on the wrong setting, but now my shirt bleached. No, I didn't. I'm going to wash it. I'm going to take care of your stuff. But I do remember them white shoes. I asked you not to wear them, and you wore them, and they got that scuff in them. It was rolled up in a t-shirt. I didn't know it was in there. It was rolled up in a t-shirt. But I remember you wore my white shoes, and you didn't try to clean them or nothing. You put them back with them laces, cause yep, whatever makeup you had on was on the laces. I see it. All right, y'all. I want to say this too before we get started. Speak what you want to see and not what you're tired of seeing. Y'all hear me? Because I'm about to show you one of the trick that the devil used. Y'all ready? You already know whatever you talk about, you get. So if you keep talking about a person cheating on you, if you keep talking about a person lying to you, if you keep talking about them hurting you, you only going to get more. So at about 2.5 years of my marriage, I said, I'm just about to talk about what I want to see. And 2.5 years later, I saw it. And a lot of times I saw it even while I was with him. God was still, he started working the miracles that had seemingly faded away. You said, now I'm in tears because I just told God, I'm sorry for saying I'm tired. I know better. Thank you, God, for my making me so happy I cry. Thank you, God. I started just speaking the things that I wanted to see. And they didn't even have to come from him. God would send other people to bless me, and he used to be mad. He used to be upset. But God know that you want me to be destitute, and he ain't never left me destitute. So he'll send somebody from out of town to bless me, babe. Right in your face. I wrote in my journal, I will speak what I know to speak. I believe it. Stop talking about what you don't want to see, and only talk about what you do. That's why if I mean, I have to use my marriage as a teaching tool. But when I talk about what I want to see now, y'all hear me say, I won't be with anybody dishonest, blah 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 blah. I speak those things into existence. We gonna sit on the porch and eat and watch the folks play, and we gonna do this. I don't talk about, oh, I ain't. No, this is what I want for me. Hopefully he likes food as much as I do. Hopefully he likes to cook. Hopefully he likes to learn. Hopefully he likes to build. Hopefully he wanna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about what I don't want to see. I have to use that for y'all, but when I talk about, no, reboot me. I'm trying to tell you, no. The next person I come in contact with will be honest. They will be loyal. They will be this. They will be that. You see what I'm saying? Because you can meet some great people and have some interesting interactions with those people, but that don't mean that person's supposed to be in your life for the rest of your life. Maybe it was one thing you were supposed to learn from them. You know what I'm saying? And this is not even just only referencing intimate situations. It could be people you come in contact with, bosses. You got to take the best out of the situation and learn what you need to learn and move on. That's it. That's all. Use what you went through not to be a bearer of, oh, my life was so horrible. No. Can you believe God brought me through this? That's a different experience. I always said I wanted a relationship like my mom and my stepdad. They're always too loving and accepting and loyal of each other. Been married 22 years. That part. That part. Exactly. Exactly. And the devil will keep you speaking about, he'll have you speaking it into your future. Does that make sense? I used to tell God when I was married, I'm like, I just want to have my books so I can study as much as I want to, teach, and don't have to deal. I just want peace in my house. How do you recognize it? This is why you write. The more that you write your real thoughts out and not what you think God wants to hear, you will see you. That's why I encourage y'all to journal every day. I don't care if it's just one sentence. Whatever is on your mind, if you put exactly, 17 years and counting. Come on, that part, queen. When you put your mind down on paper, you don't see nobody else. You see you. Because as you go back and you read, you either realize where you failed or where you keep allowing stuff that you could change. But if you never write down what it is that you think and how you going, you said you just recently started journaling, it will change your life. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to use, it's whatever is on your mind. If you just freely write that for 90 days, keep you a small journal with you, have one at home or whatever. I don't care if it's on your phone or whatever. You keep you a journal every day. Get up and like journal your first thoughts in the morning and thoughts throughout the day. Baby, you will learn so much about yourself. You will learn so much about yourself. You will realize that a lot of times, like say for instance, you're dating somebody or you befriend somebody or whatever, right? God will give you like inclinations about this person. And if you journal them, then when certain things happen, that's another way to understand that God be talking to you because he told you in the beginning. And you just kept having this feeling, so you write, I don't know why I keep having the feeling, blah, 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 blah. Leave it. Don't go back to it. Don't talk to the person. Just wait and see. And when it shows up, you like, oh. You don't got to say, God told me, God told me, boom. Okay, Dad, that do be you talking to me. So, okay, just let this go, and then I'm going to see. And then God will tell you something else. And then, boom, it happened. This is how I learned. I'm like, oh, okay. So when you bring certain thoughts to my mind, it doesn't matter what that person says. Once I learn to hear your voice, I know when you're talking to me, and it ain't just me tripping. And you told me, or I had this thought 2 months ago, and now the very thing that you were almost preparing me for because it was going to happen, it happened. Now, how am I going to react to it? And everybody is human. Your feelings is hurt, or you start feeling like somebody playing with you, you can get a little aggressive, me included. But I'm going to just go on and go away. Because once you disappoint me a couple times, whether that be you don't keep your word or whatever, like, I'm moving around. You don't get a whole bunch of times to make me feel disappointed. Because then the anger that you're feeling is not even really anger, it's disappointment. But it's coming out as anger because I can't believe you keep doing this crazy stuff. I don't deserve it. And that could be parents, that could be your boss, that could be whoever. You know what I'm saying? It don't necessarily have to be a relationship that you're in. It could be with your kids. Hell. Mm-mm. So just be mindful of people's actions towards you, and you be mindful about your actions towards other people. $8.19, book 1. And then we're going to get out of here. We're not going to be here long because we've been having some long classes. And we're going to skip around, okay? Are we ready? Let's have an ethics class. 8.19. And just because you was a one way don't mean you always got to be that way. Change is good. Y'all ready? Uh-huh. Thank you, Queen. All right. It says a copy of the Testament of Joseph. When he was about to die, he called his sons and his brothers and said to them, my brothers and my children, listen to Joseph, the one beloved of Israel. Give ear to the words of my mouth. In my life, I have seen envy and death, but I have not gone astray. I continued in the truth of the Lord. These, my brothers, hated me, but the Lord loved me. They wanted to kill me, but the God of my fathers preserved me. Into a cistern they lowered me. The Most High raised me up. They sold me into slavery, and the Lord of all set me free. I was taken into captivity. The strength of his hand came to my aid. I was overtaken by hunger, and the Lord himself fed me generously. I was alone, and God came to help me. I was in weakness, and the Lord showed his concern for me. I was in prison, and the Savior acted graciously in my behavior. I was in bonds, and he loosed me. Falsely accused, and he testified in my behalf. Assaulted by bitter words of the Egyptians, and he rescued me. A slave, and he exalted me. The situation had to arise so that he could see God for who he was in his life. And this is why I talk about when the problems show up, just chill. Because as long as you are trying to understand every single day what it is that God is trying to tell you, it's going to work out for your good in the end, no matter what it look like. It shouldn't look like something you've seen before in a certain way, because God is continually giving you new things, new ways to think, new ways to grow, new ways to see stuff, everything. You can make potatoes a million different ways. You might like one specific way. There's a million different ways to make potatoes. There's a million different ways and things you could do with broccoli or chicken or whatever else. Now, everyone around you might only eat it one way, but you can go outside of that and go to a different culture. No, thank you. Go to a different culture or whatever it is, and you can learn a new way to store chicken, to cook chicken, to grill chicken, to smoke, whatever you're going to do with it. It don't have to be the same. Just because it's chicken don't mean it have to be the same chicken. You can use different seasonings, marinades, all these different things. So when you look at your life experiences, understand that God is trying to teach you something. And is it going to feel good all the time? Hell no. Sometimes you're going to be like, are you serious? Am I in a simulation? And is this a dang joke? I've been doing right, and these folks is doing everything they can crazy to me. Do you even see it? He said, I do. But I need you to stay right here. I need you to be over here. Don't worry about it, because they don't know what I have planned for you. And I deliberately did that because I wanted you to know how they felt about you before I blessed you. I needed them to leave you stranded. I needed them to leave you high and dry. I needed them to flake out on you when you. I needed them because they did. If they would have known what I had waiting on you, it would have changed the way they moved. And you would have known that they was only around for the benefit of what was coming to you. So God, in your darkest hours, will allow people to show you how they really feel about you. So when he come through and rain down them blessings on you, you know not to go knocking on their door. You know not to tell them certain things about your finances, your relationship, whatever. Shut up. I just said this earlier today. Ooh. I'm grateful for it. That's why, I realize if God let a person poop on me, if you want to call it that, fertilize, and be thinking they doing something, that mean I got something coming. And I don't be knowing what it is, but it always be good, and I be grateful for it. So do you. Especially if I'm not trying to do you wrong, and I'm asking you for the truth, and I'm asking you to be honest or whatever, baby, that mean I got something good coming. Something I've been waiting for. Thank you. Go on and do your best. Because he about to bless me. Once I learned that trying to do it the right way, you get with, oh, shoot. And you don't have to wait no long time on it. Miraculous things happen. I'll take the miracles over begging a person to be right any day. And that's a friend, a mother, a father, a kid, anything. I don't got to be a God to do nothing. Oh. Sometimes we stay stuck because we won't let go. God said you can't have both. You can't. You cannot have both of them. You have to figure out what you want. And if you got to walk away from that, then you have to walk away. That could be a job. Whatever it is. Because you can't get this if it's not going to work. You can't hold on to both. It be hard to. And I ain't sitting here like, oh, no, it be rough at first. But if you just keep walking away, the further and further you get away from it, you won't see it no more. Because first of all, it's in your rear view. It might come to your mind every once in a while, but it ain't about to feel like it did when you started walking away or walking towards or whatever. Because when you walking away from something, you're walking. When you walking away from the mall, you walking towards your car or your ride. When you walking away from your car, you're still walking to a destination. You're walking to the concert or to the store. Or you got to get out your car to go in the store. You can't drive your car in the store. So you either got to be driving or walking in the store. You can't do both. Now, some people have been crazy enough to do it. Some people have driven their car straight through the front door of Walmart. Crazy as hell, but they didn't did it. I wouldn't suggest it, but they did it. You hear me? But all your situations, if you learn what God is trying to tell you, I promise you this. It'll be worth it every single time. I can only tell you from my... Y'all didn't watch it happen here with me. And it was sometimes I thought I had my best interest at heart, but God showed me it was all time. Oh. Do you realize that God has your best interest at heart? The devil tell you what you want to hear. God tell you what you need to hear. Who'll agree? You said, you raising your hand, Shada, whoever said that, that was Miss Rhodes. God tell you what you need to hear. The devil tell you what you want to hear. It is not the same feeling. He juiced you up in the beginning to let you down in the end. God cut straight to it, but you feel better at the end. Yes or no? He don't want you living no false nothing. He wants you to live in truth. Period. Because it's a setup when you don't. Yes, I agree. That's why I'm at peace with them not being in my life, baby. Trying to tell you. Do you have moments of loneliness? Yes. But you know what you're not walking around in? Hell. It ain't all that tension in your house. You're not tossing and turning in your bed wondering why this and why that. Because a person that love you don't want you to be confused. Walking around on eggshells, all of that. We don't know when you... that part. Nope. Think about it. You want your kids to be confused? The way my life is peaceful? Come on. That part. I don't want no parts of it. I wake up. You heard me. And that's why anybody that desires to take my peace or not put my mind at peace, you can't be around here. No. No, thank you. You can't come around. Because I'm doing everything I know to do to put your mind at ease and at peace. Everything. You hear me? Because when I spend time with you, I want it to be enjoyable. Wake up singing a lovely day. That part. You hear me? In real life. You can move lighter when you ain't got all that stuff on your mind, yes or no? When you're not trapped in a space of confusion. You said you wasn't about to confuse my kids. That part. That part, because my relationships show my children how they're supposed to conduct themselves in their relationships. What we not going to do? Oh. I can't say everybody wants somebody, but most people want to be in a situation where they're with someone that cares about them. But not at the expense that I'm really not happy. It just looks like on the outside I'm happy. But on the inside, I don't want you touching me. But when we go outside, we dress alike and all of this stuff. But we can't even Sleep touching in the same bed. I'm not faking for nobody. Nope. You about to make me no liar. That make you a lie. You living a lie. You know how hard it is to live a lie? This is why people that live lies and like when they don't have, they just like, oh, okay, yeah, it's hard living a lie, ain't it? It's real hard. It's hard living a lie, baby. You be irritated and all kinds of stuff for no reason. What is wrong with you? Crazy, why is you always on edge and all weird? What's wrong with you? I'm living one now and I'm exhausted. Ooh. Baby, I know. I'm not gonna lie about what we're going through and what I experienced from you, ain't. I'd rather be by myself. I'm not gonna put up with no craziness just to have a man. Yeah, just to, to feel horrible every day. And then you might be taking more than you put into the emotional or relational bank. The relationship bank. You don't add nothing to it, but you always trying to come in with a debit card and put some in and get some out. Gone. How much have you added to this relationship bank? Because I've been putting in every day. You hear me? But you always want to come and make a withdrawal and it ain't made no deposits. No, you cool. Moving along. Here we go. Chapter 2. It says, and this chief officer of Pharaoh entrusted me to his household. How often here do we talk about being trustworthy? What is the definition of entrusted? Because you know they talk old English around here and stuff. But give us the definition of entrusted. What we got? Book 1, page 819. Assign the responsibility for doing something to someone. Interesting. Assign a responsibility. What y'all got? Thank you. What y'all got? Over here. Put something into someone's care or protection. To put something into someone's care or protection. Can I ask you a question? To give someone a thing or a duty for which they are responsible. So have you given people that ask for the responsibility to love you or be a kind friend to you, they ask for these things. They ask for your time or to be in your presence, and you found out that they wouldn't. Remember I told you, I said, I don't let people waste my time. You can waste your own time, but you don't get a chance to waste mine. Like people that just want to sit up and talk about nothing all day. I could have did 1,000 things. My time is valuable and you don't get to waste it. So I allow you, give you the responsibility to keep me whatever in this situation, and you don't want the responsibility of it. So I can't trust you with me. Who's heard me say that? I don't trust everybody with me. I don't trust everybody with my time. I don't trust everybody with me. Some people trust everybody with them. I don't trust everybody with me. Because I don't even trust you with you. You do things that will hurt yourself and get yourself in crazy situations. So why would I put my life in your hands when you don't value your life? It's page 819, Pumpkin Book 1. I don't know. You're going to have to go to the table of contents and look it up. Okay. Do you want God to trust you? Can you be responsible with the things that he gives you? We ask for a lot, but can he trust you with it? Didn't we talk about this yesterday? Did we talk about a lot of times when you go through stuff, it ain't so that you can trust God, it's so God can trust you? Because he do what he say he gonna do. You the one don't be trustworthy. You the one say you gonna do it, then when you get it, you don't do right by it. No, thank you. So do you want God to deem you trustworthy? Some people are going to be mad because they don't feel like you deserve things, but God calls you trustworthy. Remember when all of this happened for me and I told you what people told me they would be doing with certain things that were coming in here? And I said, that's fine. I won't be doing that. God already told me before this opportunity even came, when it came, what I was supposed to do with it. And I've been doing that. And it worked out. There's a sense of longevity going on here. It doesn't matter how many people are here. We're still able to do what we said we was going to do here. You have to be trustworthy. Like I said, people pray and say, oh, God, can you give me $1 million? Well, do you know when you get $1 million, you don't even get $1 million. You get about 684,000 or 486,000, depending on the state where you live, after you pay taxes. So you didn't spend $1 million and you don't got $1 million. So you didn't even count up the cost of what you asking for. Right? Because depending on the state, they can take up to half with the federal and state taxes. So then you have 560-something thousand. You don't have $1 million. But you didn't even take the time to ask for that. You just asked for the $1 million. Do you see what I'm saying? He tells you when you ask for something, count up the cost. God, I want this. And God, I want that. And God, I want this. But did you count up the cost for it? Or is he just supposed to keep raining stuff out the sky and then you get it and then after a while you don't appreciate it and you mad at him because he won't give you nothing else? Like, appreciate what you have already. I'm going to say that's a big lesson you'll want to learn. Because why should he give you anything else if you complain about what you already have? If all the things that he brought you, you didn't value those, why would he bring you something else? Oh, you said throat chop on them. All right, I'm going to give y'all a minute. I forgot it's time to take my medication. I'm going to let y'all write down some things y'all been complaining about. Please, exercise time. Go on and write them down so you guys can help you. For real. I just want to say this. If you always show up for a person and they always making you feel like you don't, how would you feel? Y'all okay? Everybody all right? Everybody okay? You said I can't even say anything. Okay. Okay. Why did she say the last part and walk out like that? Listen. I was just saying. I'm just saying. You make everything make sense even when you dehydrated. Hilarious. Listen. This is the thing. What you need to understand is this. When you complain about your life, you are making people believe that God does not show up for you. That's not fair. You are making people think that He is not a God that's an on-time God. The stitches from the last chop came loose. You know what? Yeah, you be hurting my feelings, but I know you talking to me. Uh-oh. Here we go. Okay. It's the truth. I know I used to do it. A lot. And he basically let me know, you ain't about to keep playing me like no sucker. Because every time I come through for you, even when you don't deserve it, how dare you walking around here complaining when everything you've asked me to do, I've done it. Now, let's talk about you, though. You told me that if I healed your heart and stopped you from crying from this person, that you wouldn't go back, and you did. You told me that if I gave you this job, you was going to make sure you was on time, you wasn't going to have no attitude, and you was going to show up. You don't. I've healed your tears. I've healed your pain. I've helped you. I've helped your children. I have let y'all get off work early. I have gave you the bonus. Even when you didn't deserve it. And how dare you walk around and make people think I'm not who I say I am. That's like if your kids get to school and lie and say they ain't got no food at home and they don't got no water and they live in and then people get to their house and you be like, wow, your baby said there's no food and y'all got freezer stocked and everything. Would you want to do something for somebody that every time you do something for them is not good enough? Would you race to their aid when they called and start saying they needed something? Or would you be hesitant? No, thank you. So if you have to wait longer for things, have you ever considered it's because you complained about all that He's already done? Well, I know this, Miss Nakia, most times if a person is treating you a certain way, it's probably because you're treating God in some way. He allow people to make you feel what you make Him feel. If your kids ain't listening, if your husband or whatever, that's probably how you making him feel. And the only way to make you feel it is for you to feel it. So He allows people to treat you how you're treating Him. Wait a minute. I see it's a side conversation. What's going on here? She choosing violence today. You know what? Here we go. Felicia to put out a Shantae, I just got my voice back in here. You go chopping me in my trachea. You know what? I'm just saying. It's a real, listen, I do not have all these journals for nothing, and they are not full of teardrops for nothing. Before God showed me other people, He showed me myself, and it was not a good feeling. I walked into a massacre. Did, Sasha. Everybody slain in the spirit. Everybody like, wait a minute. petty. Y'all ready? Bust it wide open, something, something, bring it back. Bust it wide open, something, something, bring it back. Yeah, it did, Tara. Good job, girl. Good job. You said what? Good job, girl. It was a good throw. Foo! It said pop, 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 pop. Hey, girl. Did. Come on with it. I done swung the hammer, baby. Hit all y'all and caught it in the air. Did. Did. Because I had to get my head bust open to the white meat, too. It's Tara. We will tear your stuff up. I'm not rocking her like that. I tried to duck and still got hit. Oh, yeah, it's coming back. See, if it don't get you on the way out, it's getting you on the way back to my hand. God's word don't go out void, baby. It's going to accomplish everything it's set out to do. Don't matter who it's coming from, even a donkey. A whole ass. Yeah. I'm just saying. It is what it is around here. Lying don't get you nowhere. And me telling y'all what y'all want to hear ain't going to get you nowhere. Period. You said I done fallen and can't get up. And she's happy about it. Bing, bing, bing upside the head is. I used to have to get beat up by myself. Y'all get to get beat up in a group setting. Nigga, I was in the corner crying somewhere in the shower with the water running through my permed hair that wasn't very long because I was stressed out. It was thin. Listen, y'all get to get beat up together in a group. I had to get beat up by myself. He been on my neck all day. Had me reading Jeremiah 17 this morning. Listen here. She gets joy from my injuries, y'all. I don't. She hit me hard. Not life alert. Listen. Listen. I used to be in there like, what kind of mess is this? This is not real. This has got to be a joke. Where is Ashton Kutcher? Like, for real. I got to be on that show. The Gap Band, oops, inside your head. Resentful much? No. Baby, I get up. Listen. This is the thing, family. You can go through life and look at it through rosy glasses, or you can see it for what it really is and allow it to get better. So that no matter what color glasses you got on, you seeing straight. Delusion is a thing. When you start to lie to yourself, that's how it's easy for you to lie to other people, because you don't tell yourself the truth. So you can't ever tell me the truth if you'll lie to you. You can't lie to God because he's truth. So the more upfront about how jacked up you are, the closer you're going to get to him, because he takes those things out and he replaces them with something new. That's why he said, let me bring you back to the potter's wheel. All your cracks, he'll fill them. Won't nothing be leaking out and you will be full. Show me the real. Don't sugarcoat nothing. That part, because that ain't helping you. Tell me what it is so I can make an informed decision. You don't get to lie to me. You don't get to hide things from me. I want to know what it is. And I'm going to tell you something. When you start connecting with God on a deeper level and you start getting truth, it will irritate you to be around people that think that they're hiding, but they don't know that God has given you the gift of sight and you can see. Now, ain't nobody perfect, but like I said, I want to know who around me, and I want to know how you think, because that determines the quality of my life while I'm around you. Too many people have lost their lives because other people didn't value their lives and they were out doing all kind of crazy stuff, whether it be in the hottest spots or in the darkest spots. They was out here clowning, and other people that had nothing to do with that were put in jeopardy because somebody didn't want to be honest. Somebody didn't want to be, upfront or whatever. And I can bring stress on myself. I don't need no help from nobody else. I'm trying to tell you. I don't need no help. Baby, all I got to do is sit and think for about good 10 minutes, baby. And I can take myself in a whole journey. You hear me? I don't need no help with no stress. I promise you I don't. So let's get to it. We talking about ethical people today. Let's get on this right here. Let's go. Your ethics determine your quality of life. And I'm not talking about how much money you make. I mean how peacefully you sleep at night. You hear me? That's the quality of life I'm talking about. How much peace is in your house. And hopefully you're not the person that gets peace out of making other people not be at peace. Because there are some people, unless they ruin their day, the Bible talks about it, they can't even go to sleep unless they done did something bad or ruin somebody's day. Those people sleep peacefully too, but for the wrong reasons. Because anytime you go and you stir up somebody else's stuff, and now that they upset, you're happy, and you're oh, okay, good. Misery loves company. It's a real thing. Watch out for that too. Watch out for it. Because everybody ain't happy because you happy. Some people, because they do see your peace, they want to interrupt it as much as possible. And that's sad and sick for them too. Thank you, Miss Rochelle. Yes. Here we go. All right. It says, and this chief officer of Pharaoh entrusted me to his household, and I struggled with a shameless woman who kept prodding me to transgress with her. What's the definition of shameless? Okay. Interesting. Well, at least you know it's there, so now you know what to work on. We all got somewhere. Because that's just the feeling of not being treated fairly. So then ask God you to help you with not being treated fairly. Not that you want more of the treatment, but allow it to not affect you as much. Feeling no shame. Is there anything else in there? Of a person of their counsel characterized by or showing lack of shame. Interesting. So you ain't shamed about nothing. You do whatever. You don't care about who you hurt. You don't care about who your actions affect. You just do whatever. You ain't got no shame. You don't even care. Interesting. Do y'all feel like y'all know people like that? That don't have no shame. They don't care how they hurt people. They don't care what they do to other people. Disgraceful. Interesting. They don't care about embarrassing other people. They just do whatever they want. They don't care if their actions hurt people or make the people not feel good. They just gonna do it. Yeah. Interesting. Hypocrisy. Interesting. You're not who you say you are. Interesting. Listen. Okay. Book 1, page 819. Uh-oh. I didn't put the light down. All right. It says, but the God of my father rescued me from the burning flame. I was jailed. I was whipped. I was sneered at. But the Lord granted me mercy in the sight of the prison keeper. For the Lord does not abandon those who fear him, neither in darkness or in chains or tribulation or duress need. For God does not disappoint as man does, nor is he timorous, like a son of man, nor like an earthborn is he weak or frightened away. In all these matters, he takes his stand, and in various ways he offers assistance, even though for a brief time he may stand aside in order to test the disposition of the soul. In 10 testings, he showed that I was approved, and in all of them I persevered, because perseverance is a powerful medicine, and endurance provides many good things. Can I ask you a question? How would you feel if every time you left your house, you had to worry about your spouse sneaking somebody in? Or every time you left your house, you had to worry about your child sneaking somebody in your house. You ain't even about to be gone but 8 hours. How would you feel about it? Could you go to work and perform 100% the next day? I know the feeling. It happened to me in the past. Could you just go to work tomorrow and act like nothing happened? Would you still treat them fairly and be kind with them and all of this stuff and just act like nothing happened? You would feel disrespected. So how come every time that God step away for a minute, you put somebody in his place? You sneak another job in. But then you expect him to come and treat you the same tomorrow. You tell him you ain't gonna do nothing, and then you turn around and you do. As soon as he move over just a little bit, and he ain't did what you wanted him to do, you going back to what you said. He can't trust you not to put nobody in his place either. And he done loved on you through whatever you done did. Took you back after you done put a job, a person, a situation, your kids, your likes, your wants in front of him. He can't trust you. He don't know if he step away for a minute or not. Oh, Miss Rose, I ain't seen you throw no tomatoes in a minute, and I knew. yeah, yeah. I just wanna. I see that. That's why I got my stuff because I knew what was coming. I already knew. You said just put my A on fire. Listen, Woman on Fire. It's one of my favorite movies with Denzel Washington. No, it's Man on Fire. I know. Can God trust you? Cause it's getting close to when the bill is due. You gonna go do a little something a little strange for some change? You gonna lie on your time clock? What you gonna do? You gonna call Mr. Ed or Miss Ethel? Go visit your homeboy or homegirl that you always know will put you on and look a little stressed so they try to offer you something? Not throwing mail trucks. I'm going to just put this back over here. I ain't going to say that, but yeah, that part. You said, why? I just want to know. So are you a trustworthy kid? Are you a trustworthy backslider? Can he really trust you to do what you say you're going to do this time since he took you out? What not to say to get hit with a mail truck? You know what? Petty, right? And it was like 10 of them, not one. It was a whole row of like ambulances or mail trucks or something. It might have been dump trucks. I don't got my glasses on. Tomatoes, bananas. I seen a few things over here. So you complain all the time, but then as soon as he leave, you sneaking something else in his space, in y'all private area. So now you ain't got time to pray. Now you ain't got time to read, even though he was the one that gave you the opportunity in the first place. Let me get back to this book. I'm going to just go sit in the corner to recover. I'm going to just turn my book on. I'm going to turn the light on. Let's just keep going. I ain't even going. We ain't got to stay right here. Come on. Let's go. You say, okay, I'm going to do better, I promise. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. How often the Egyptian woman threatened me with death. Interesting. How often, after turning me over to the tormentors, she would call me back and threaten me. But since I was unwilling to have intercourse with her, she kept saying to me, you will be master over me and all my household if you will only give yourself over to me. Then you will be our ruler. Did y'all hear that? Don't that sound like Hollywood right now? Don't that sound like Hollywood? Let's read that again. Listen now. How often the Egyptian woman threatened me with death? Don't they get death threats if they tell about the stuff that go on? Okay. How often, after turning me over to the tormentors, haven't we seen stars running down the street talking about they trying to unalive me? Or they get on, we didn't see it before social media on the news. We seen them and they say they had a mental break. The tormentors, folks following them, coming in their house, sending letters to them. Is this not a thing? They got handlers and different people placed strategically. You don't know who to trust because everybody might be on. Okay, I'm just trying to see if y'all seen this somewhere before. Okay. Ooh. Turning me over to the tormentor, she would call me back and threaten me. But since I was unwilling to have intercourse with her, she kept saying to me, hold on, what is the casting couch? It's a comedian that said, and we just gonna leave their name out, you'll wake up butt naked with a sock on, not remembering nothing that happened to you. Because you won't willingly give yourself to me, I'm going to threaten you with exposure. I'm going to threaten you with whatever, right? And then she said, if you go on and give me that meat or let me have my way with you, here we go. You will be master over me and all my household if you will only give yourself over to me, then you will be our ruler. What do they tell all of these people in the industry? Is that not what they be telling them? You'll be rich, you'll be famous, you will lord over, you live in the hills above everybody else. You just gotta let me go on over there and get that and have it whenever I want it. This is Joseph, Jacob's son. You said that's exactly what happens. Interesting. Okay. I'm reading the Old Testament. Excuse me. This one. Okay. You're welcome. Here we go. It says, "But I recalled my father's words, and I went weeping, went weeping into my quarters and prayed to the Lord." How many people have walked away from praying because they said the price was too high before they ever made it through the other party doors? They had a one-hit wonder, and then you just didn't hear nothing else from them. And when you see them, they work in they in a regular life. And they said the cost of fame and rich and for it was too high. You hear me? We didn't see a lot of people. They had a song, they could sing. You could tell they was a talented artist. But they wasn't willing to sacrifice certain things, so they never went nowhere after that. After the development deal or whatever, that was it. Sometimes before that, it was over. Actors, same thing. Athletes, a lot of them, same thing. So has the devil changed his stripes or his spots? He takes people of powerful positions and puts people that, mind you, Joseph was a slave. He was a prisoner, a slave and a prisoner. He was living in a jail. So you have a star's wife or somebody billionaire's wife coming to you saying, "I can get you out of jail and make you somebody in this kingdom. All you got to do is be my boy toy or my girl toy, whatever it is, however that my sugar baby. And when I need you, you come and you bust me down, and then you go on and going about your way, and you sitting in jail. Your brothers didn't sold you, or your family didn't set you up. You didn't even do nothing. What would you do? Would you bust them down to get out? Mind you, they got a spouse. You're being unfairly jailed. Okay. Crazy, right? It says, "For those 7 years I fasted, and yet seemed to the Egyptians like someone who was living luxuriously. For those who, fast, for the sake of God, receive graciousness of countenance. If my master was absent, I drank no wine. For 3-day periods, I would take no food, but give it to the poor or the ill. I would awaken early and pray to the Lord, weeping over the Egyptian woman of Memphis, because she annoyed me exceedingly and relentlessly." He said, when you fast and get your tail in front of the Lord, he said he'll make your countenance different. The way you look, he'll make it different. But this woman from Memphis, Egypt, of course, right? She was relentless. She was going to get her a man. She was going to chase him down. She was Miss Parker with Mr. Ogilvy. what's his name? The girl that like Eddie Winslow was really Jaleel White, but her. How Steve Urkel wanted Laura. Relentless. You ain't gonna give up. You gonna get what you want when you want it. It don't matter what cost, you gonna get it. How many of you have been relentless to get something and then regretted it? Crazy thing, there's a school named Egypt in Memphis, Tennessee. Interesting. Didn't know that, nephew. No, thank you. That's crazy. I'm wearing you down, baby. Right. Right. And how many times, Myrtle Urkel, yeah. How many times have you got it and been like, what the? It must have had a different wrapping on it or something. I must have bought the wrong, they put the wrong packaging on this box. It said what I wanted on the outside, but when I got on the outside, I don't even eat lima beans and tapioca pudding and soggy bread. And it's all of that in one box. Who did this? Everything I don't like is on the inside of this box. But on the outside of the box, it said everything you'll like. No or yes? Nuh-uh. I read the label. I read the label. I read the label. But somebody opened the box and took out what was supposed to be in there and put something else in there. Right. It must be expired or something. It's moldy. It's kind of like the meat industry when a refrigerated truck break down and the meat been sitting on the side of the road without no refrigeration. They pump CO2 in it to make it back pink, but when you bust it open, you see the brown on the inside. Like, dang, this meat wasn't even fresh. That means it's to set somewhere out somewhere when you open that meat up because they didn't put that CO2 to turn it back pink. But on the inside, it's brown because it's to set somewhere and almost spoiled. It's the truth. And it smells spoiled. That's why I left it alone. I'm tired of them. Come on. Okay. Well, here we go. Let's keep going. That is funny. Here we go. In the night, she would come into me, pretending a mere visit. I was just in the neighborhood. I was just thinking about you. I saw your cousin the other day and told him. I know they told me. I just came to check on you. Are you all right? All the while wearing the pajamas and or suit or the smell of the cologne or perfume. You know how they like your hair. You know. So then all of those things are already in place. You said, Lord have mercy. We ain't gonna talk about it. Hello. Never mind. They ain't gonna talk about it. We'll move on. You said. And it's smelling good too, that part. Here we go. All right, we gonna move on. I know y'all. Oh, because she had no male child, she pretended to consider me as a son. Interesting. For a time, she would embrace me as a son. But then I realized later that she was trying to lure me into a grown-up relationship. When I became aware of this, I lamented to the point of death. After she had gone out, I came to myself and mourned in her behalf for many days, because I recognized her deceit and her deviousness. I spoke to her the words of the Most High, hoping he might divert her from her evil desire. Interesting. How often then did she flatter me with the words as a holy man, deceitfully praising my self control through her words in the presence of her husband. But when we were alone, she sought to seduce me. First, you play like he was your son. Then you praised him about his chastity and the fact that he was still a virgin, but in front of your husband. And then, so you pretended to set him up with women and all kind of stuff, probably when you wanted him for yourself. And this is why the women were never good enough. She did groom him. Well, yeah, exactly. She tried to groom him. Exactly. You said the relentless heifer. So in front of her husband, she played like you was her brother. But when they not around, he ain't around or she ain't around, you want some other stuff. Do. All the time. Crazy. So have the devil changed his stripes? Because this goes both ways. It goes for older men and older women or people in general. Have he changed? Deceit look like it's been looking the same for a long time. Hey, do it. It don't matter the orientation, Deceit been looking the same the whole time. We ain't looking at male or female now. Do deceit look like it did back when Jacob then was on the earth? So deceit ain't changed. Right? Deceit still look the same way it did 3, 4, 5, 6,000 years ago. It's still moving the same way. Okay? I just want to see if y'all see. All right. Publicly, she honored me for my self-control, while privately she said to me, "Have no fear of my husband, for he is convinced of your chastity, so that even if someone were to tell him about you, he would not believe it." Has deceit changed? Huh? Book 1, page 820. You said not an inch. Okay. Ooh. During all these affairs, I stretched out on the ground, praying God to rescue me from her treachery. When she achieved nothing by means of it, she began to approach me for instruction, so that she might learn the word of God. So now she says she want to be a Christian. Now she want to go to church and have Bible study with you. Now he want to come over and have Bible study with you. And she kept saying to me, excuse me. Ooh, I'm sorry. "If you want me to abandon the idols, have intercourse with me, and I shall persuade my husband to put away the idols, and we shall live in the presence of your Lord." Fornication in God's eyes is a sin. You hear me? You hear me? So go against God, I will follow God, and then, no thank you. Disobey God for me to follow God. You said what? Mickey Mouse said hot diggity dog. And then me and my husband will put away our idols. So not only be in fornication with me, be in adultery as well. What y'all think? Is that crazy or no? Tricks, Tanisha. Is that crazy or no? Okay. Here we go. Whew. But I kept telling her that the Lord did not want worshipers who come by means of uncleanness, nor would he be pleased with adulterers, but with those who are pure in heart and undefiled in speech. She was consumed with jealousy, wanting to fulfill her desire. So then what did she do to every woman that came around him? She was going to poo-poo on them. She was going to hate on them. She was going to be mean and nasty to them when she walked by and all of this because she really wanted him for herself. So any young women that were going to come and be around Joseph, she was going to make sure they felt uncomfortable. Probably bringing attention because Pharaoh, she's up in his royal court. Look at him. I've adopted him as my son. He's so, yes, and I hold him dear to my heart and blah, 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 blah. And whole time. Have you ever seen a jealous man or woman? Have you ever been a jealous man or woman? How did you act when you thought that there was somebody around that had the object of your heart or whatever, and you know that they were showing attention to someone else right in your face when that's the attention you might have wanted from them? Even if it's just a kind word, but they talk real good and crazy to you. Hello. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to see. Whew. It says, but I devoted myself the more to fasting and prayer that the Lord might rescue me from her. Again, on another occasion, she said to me, if you do not want to commit adultery, I shall unalive my husband by a rug and take you as my husband. Tell me that ain't snapped. Is that not snapped? Is it? 48 hours? Unalive wives? It's a whole bunch of shows about that. I wonder how many men she had done. Oh, Nikki. I can't say all that. I told you I gotta learn. I was about to read that. Crazy. Y'all gotta be careful because y'all know sometimes I read that out loud. Isn't it crazy how much scandalous stuff is in the Bible? That's how you know it's real life. How people say this is a story, I don't understand. Because, baby, if this ain't real life right now, that part, Nadine, I'm trying to tell you. They be like, oh, it's not a real story. Nigga, this your life right here. You must not have read this story before. This is literally what you're going through right now. It's juicy. It is. It is. And it help you learn character too. I'll tell you it do. It says, when I heard this, I tore my clothing and said to her, woman, show reverence to God. Do not commit this wicked deed, lest you be utterly destroyed. For you should know that I shall make it known to all that this is your scheme. What did he say? He said, I'm going to tell everybody you did this. If you don't stop this, you are forcing me to let everybody know what you want. That part. If you don't stop, now I done gave you every opportunity to chill, and you keep on, well then after that, because I don't want nobody looking at me crazy. Because this is you the one that's on this. And because she is in a position of power, which is what we're seeing now, the people that was telling the truth about how these people were pursuing them and trying to put them in these awkward positions so that they could have their way with them were not believed. Right or wrong? Is this not what's in our TV today? In our news? Is it? That's all that's going on in Hollywood and all of that right now, right or wrong? So this is not new. Where powerful people have chosen to use intimacy as a level of control and bribery. So the people that the devil be using are still using the same tricks. The people of stature, or the people that everybody else look to and all of this as the rich people or the trendsetters or the whatever else it is, then they still be on the same stuff. As a matter of fact, that's why folks is whatever right now. Because all of this that we're talking about is literally in our news. That part. Yeah. 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 Listen, it's a real thing. So nothing has changed. Look it. It says, filled with fear, she ordered me not to disclose her plan. Then she withdrew, but kept trying to entice me with gifts and every manner of pleasurable things. Interesting. Later, she sent me food mixed with enchantments. Now, wait a damn minute. Is this Diddy's story? I think that Diddy read this story before. What y'all think? This is like a play-by-play of his... Am I wrong? Didn't he give people enchanted food? Didn't he pursue them relentlessly and promise them all of these things? And when they didn't do right, he would buy them expensive gifts and stuff. But really, he was on some... No, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. The enchanted drinks. Right. What they say, it was something in the liquor. But it wasn't just something in the liquor. It was something in the orange juice. So if you didn't drink, we're not worried about it. That drink was enchanted too. The water was enchanted. The baby oil was enchanted. Every single thing in there was enchanted. Who do alchemy? Chemist. Who makes the pharmacy products? Chemist. The same alchemy symbols that the doctors use, witches and warlocks use. Am I wrong or right? Some of y'all used to be witches in here. Tell the truth. You doing a transformation spell and all of that kind of stuff. Alchemy, if you're a chemist, you do the same thing that a witch do. Chemist made the enchantments that he put into the food and drink at his space. Did they or did they not? Here we go. Later, she sent me food mixed with enchantments. When the eunuch who was carrying it arrived, I looked up and saw a frightening man who offered me a sword along with a bow. So I perceived it was a trick to lead me astray. When he departed, I wept. I tasted neither one item, nor the other of the food he brought. A day later, she came to me and said, when she recognized the food, "Why didn't you eat the food?" And I said to her, "Because you filled it with a deadly enchantment. How can you say, I do not go near the idols, but only to the Lord? Now then, understand that the God of my father revealed to me that through an angel, your wickedness. But I have kept it for this reason, to shame you, if somehow by seeing it you might repent." So, remember when I told y'all, when I was married, God would tell me 4 weeks ahead that the person was going to do whatever they were going to do. I would have a dream, or a couple days before, or if he was hiding money or something, God would tell me. I would have a dream or something would happen. My godmother would come and say, "Girl, you got a blessing on the way," or whatever it was, right? And I wouldn't say nothing. I would just be quiet, because he didn't think I knew. Just like this woman didn't think that Joseph knew that she had put the same stuff that was going to keep him woozy and out of it so she could come and try to take advantage of him. That. You hear me? He already knew she put something in there that was going to make him not like black out. Then she could get what she wants. Is there sin in silence? I guess it would depend on the situation. Sometimes God tell you to be quiet because he's trying to reveal to you the substance of a person, like their character. So sometimes when God tells you something, it's not for you to say. It's just for you to watch and see. Sometimes if he tells you you're supposed to go tell this person, then you go tell them. But other than that, most times when God was telling me stuff about my situations, it was for me to see. And I'm grateful for that. It was for me to see. So I can know the character of the person, because God reveals the person's heart to you so that you're not deceived. You don't always have to, how often do I say you don't always have to say what you know? How often do y'all hear me say that here? You don't always have to say what you know. Just know it. This was a thing. He knew it. He could have been yelling and screaming, "I know you're trying to poison me. I know you trying to roofie me. I know you trying to..." He didn't say nothing. He just kept letting them bring the food. You hear me? He didn't cause no problems. He didn't say nothing. He just kept letting them bring it because God had already told him what was up with it. He didn't have to. He already knew. You said you wish you knew that sooner. You hear me? Okay. All right. He said, and I said to her, because you filled it with a deadly enchantment, how can you say, I do not go near idols, but only to the Lord? Now then, understand that the God of my father revealed to me through an angel your wickedness. But I have kept it for this reason, to shame you, if somehow by seeing it you might repent, in order for you to learn that the evil of the irreligious will not triumph over those who exercise self-control in their worship of God. Interesting. I will take this and eat it in your presence. And when I had said that, I prayed aloud, may the God of my fathers and the angel of Abraham be with me. And I ate. And when she saw this, she fell upon her face at my feet, weeping. I raised her up and warned her. And she agreed that with me that she should no longer complete this impiety. But her heart was still inclined to evil, and she turned over in her mind about how she might entrap me. Interesting. Shortly she was groaning and depressed, even though she was not sick. Didn't I tell y'all I don't play them folks that's gonna stay sick all the time because they want attention? And that's how they get people to come to them. Oh, I don't feel good. I'm tired. I'm sad. Whoa, it's me. It's a ploy. It's a plot. If you want to stay like that, I know why you're doing this. You hear me? Y'all see? You said my grandma and my mama. Hypochondriacs, all of that. And some of them just deceitful. Did y'all not watch what is it? Silence of the Lambs. What was that man doing in Silence of the Lambs that wanted those women? What did he do? What did he do? How did he get the women in the back of his van in that movie? What did he do? He said he pretended his leg was broke or something and he needed help with groceries or needed help moving his couch. He pretended to be sick. Was anything wrong with him? He had a cast on his arm. He made himself look hopeless and helpless. Yeah. And whole time he was the wolf. Yes or no? Was his intentions pure when he was pretending to be sad and sick? Or did he have an ulterior motive? Did she have one? A wolf in sheep's clothing. And that's exactly what she was too. How many wolves in sheep clothing have you run into? He was always plotting. Come on, what's your motive? That's true. Yep. Yep. So now you understand why I say these stories are very important. They teach you people's character and why they doing the stuff they do. I want to say this too. If we put this in terms of today, it would be like it would her actions were basically like her messing with Diddy and Mr. Carter. Right? We can say they two of the top dudes on the East Coast, right? As far as stuff goes. And at one time, they had each been each other's right-hand man, right? Or they are each other's right-hand man right now. Well, Joseph was the next person to Pharaoh. His right-hand man. So what she wanted was the two most powerful men in the kingdom at her disposal. And she wanted to play in both of their minds to get what she wanted. Now, let's go back to that. Look at this. Let me show you how deceit works sometimes. Let's say that Joseph fell for it, right? She already told him that she'll unalive her husband and give him the kingdom, right? 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 But what if she was just trying to knock the two most powerful people out the box so she could be queen? Because she could easily say and turn around and blame it on Joseph that he unalived Pharaoh and get him unalived, and now she the queen. She got all their stuff, both of them. She got all the power, and now she's the ruler. She ain't subject to nobody. She could have, if he would have taken that, she could have got rid of the husband, and then boom, lied and said somebody in the kingdom was mad because she married Joseph and got Joseph knocked off. And then she would have been a queen. With nobody over her. Because the two most important men that could put us there, like the king and his hand type stuff, she could have did whatever she wanted to do. With nobody to tell on her. Deceit, whenever you go along with a deceitful plot, it's going to deceive you too. It's like a nigga that go hit a lick with a nigga and then the nigga unalive his homeboy and keep all the spoils. Or wait till the nigga leave, they go stash it and he go back and take it and let somebody run up on there, cause them create a problem. So one of they ops go get him. And then he get to keep everything. It's a real thing. When you go along with this is why I said, if you okay watching somebody cheat on their spouse, don't be mad when somebody is okay watching your spouse cheat on you. If you okay being a lookout for somebody stealing something, don't be mad when somebody you care about be the lookout when somebody robbing you blind. You don't care about creeping in nobody's back door, don't care about nobody creeping in yours. Because the same spirit that got you to sin is going to turn on you. And whatever you participated in, you're going to get that back. Is it worth it? And then you get it back multiplied, even only if you took, how many people just rolled with a person in a car and that person ended up getting into it with somebody and they was charged as an accessory to the after the fact or whatever. They didn't even intend on doing it. They was just riding with the person. You want that to be, I didn't take nothing, but you was with them when they took it and you covered for them when they took it, so we charging you with it too. No, thank you. I can't help you lie. I told y'all, I'm the friend. If you call and say, was I with you, I'm going to say no. So then they don't call me for no girl, wasn't we together? No, we wasn't. I was at home in my bed. I don't know where you was. Because the same way I lie for you, somebody's going to lie for mine. And all I needed is the truth so I can change my life. No, thank you. Whatever you put out, that's what you're going to get. Now, there are some people that go through stuff that they don't deserve, but that's a part of life. Everything ain't because you bearing false witness. Come on. You were there and did nothing to stop the situation. Come on. Yep. Went along with the BS and got bit in the process. Uh-oh. Your ethics determine your quality of life. Whether you can sleep peacefully or not. Who agrees? She wanted Joseph so bad she couldn't even sleep. She wanted to sin and be an adulteress so bad that it was making her sick because she couldn't commit this sin. It got to the point where that was all she thought about. She got a whole husband. Go bust that nigga down. But you want to be the one to pop his chair and get him sprung, whatever it is. Are you crazy? You want to ruin somebody's life and you already got somebody? You're horrible. You horrible and you knowingly. It's a difference if a person deceives you. Especially when you've asked them for the truth and they keep lying to you. But she was lying to both of them because she was acting one way in front of her husband, and as soon as her husband leaves, now she lying to Joseph. Girl, ain't no truth in you nowhere. That part, Lex. You lying to everybody, yourself included. You see what happened when you don't care about lying? You start lying to you. You start lying, scheming. Baby, don't nothing in your life make sense. And we read about that with his other brothers when it talks about your sin blinds you to the truth. So everything that person does is tainted until they start to live back in truth. I'm cool. I'll wait. I will wait on my asparagus. Do you hear me? I will wait on my asparagus. I know. I will wait on my asparagus. Do it get hard? Hell yeah. To keep looking at the dirt, knowing you planting good seeds and her name came up yet. But I'd rather wait for that because it's going to grow for a long time. It's not going to be something that has to keep being restarted. Do you hear me? You don't have to keep it and starting back over at zero and okay, we're going to go through this again. You don't have to keep doing that because when you wait on it, it's just going to grow and continue to grow, and you're going to have to continue to prune it because it's going to be so much you don't know what to do with it. I'm waiting on my asparagus blessing. I don't want nothing. What is it? Is it annual or a perennial? Which one is it where you got to plant it every year? I don't remember. Is it the annuals? Do annuals grow back every year, or you got to plant them every year? The annuals you have to plant every year. You want to keep starting over at the same blank space? So do you want a perennial? Something you plant and it just keeps growing, or do you want an annual situation? Every year it's a new person. Every year it's a new job. Every year it's a new situation. And sometimes God will move you so that you can understand. But don't you want some stuff that got longevity? That you just know it's going to be there and you just got to take care of it when it come around? Compared to every year you got to go through this and plow the ground and all of that. Not saying even anything wrong with that, because you should be renewing yourself. But I don't know about y'all, but yeah, right. I don't want no parts of it. If it don't have longevity, I don't want no pieces. You can keep all of your temporary things, temporary loyalty, temporary truths. It's overwhelming and too much. I could be finding something to do, like reading about Beijing and what was going on back then or something. I don't know anything but this. It's exhausting starting over so often. Yeah, especially to get the whatever, like, and you're not gonna do any more than you did the last time. No. What am I waiting for then? To be let down again? To be disappointed? No, I'll just go somewhere else. Cause you ain't offering nothing but disappointment and lies. Why am I sitting here waiting for you to change and you don't see no problem in how you living? No. If I'm gonna be disappointed, it's because I didn't push myself harder than I did yesterday. You don't get to keep disappointing me. And that's parents. They'll tell you whatever. That's friends. This don't just go for relationships, y'all. It just goes for your interactions with people, period. Your boss. You said starting over signifies growth. Not necessarily. Because if a person keeps cheating on you for 20 years, how much did you grow? If anything, it depletes the soil so that it can't produce nothing. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. We're talking about completely having to start over, even though you've already plowed the ground, you've already got out the things that should not take away from this plant. But for whatever reason, this plant just keeps depleting the nutrients around it, but giving nothing back, and you're not getting no fruit or no vegetables. No, you're not gonna keep doing that. Do you hear me? Who want to keep starting over and over and over and over and over and over in a situation that doesn't have to be? Because if you learn how to grow it, or if it, like I said, it's perennial, then it's just gonna keep getting better. It's not gonna. You don't have to do all the extra work. Facts. It can deplete the soil and the harvest. Right. You don't get to keep depleting my soil, so I can't grow nothing. Go away, because you're a liability, not an asset. You're a weed. Or a cucumber or a green bean plant, and you send your feelers way out far from you and strangle other things to death so that you can live. Oh no, baby, you gotta go. Cucumbers and green beans got them feelers, right? And they'll wrap around the stems of your other plants and choke them out so that they can thrive. Yes or no? Do we got any gardeners in here that grow peas and or green beans? It's green beans and cucumbers, right? They got them feelers, and if they will stretch out, you got to plant them a certain way away. Sweet potatoes too. Okay, so that's 3 plants that don't care about choking out other plants. Too. You said grapes too. Okay, string beans and the runners. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, oregano too. Okay, okay. Watermelon and cantaloupe too. Okay. Grapefruit. But you can't put them by nobody. You got to put them somewhere else because they'll steal all the nutrients from the other things that you're trying to grow. It ain't that you don't want them there. They just can't be around the other stuff in your life. You said tomatoes as well. Okay. There are other plants that will unalive your other plants, suck all the nutrients, cut off to hold themselves up. So you got to plant them in a different space. Some people can be around everybody in your life and some people can't. Some people ain't trustworthy. Some people is just good for hanging out at the bar. They're not trustworthy to be at your house. Some people you can get out the car and leave your whole wallet with an envelope of money in it, and some people you can't. Some people you can introduce to your spouse, and some people you can't. Not saying they bad people, you just know that ain't you will choke out some stuff that I need to grow. So it ain't that you can't be planted in my garden. I just gotta know where to situate you. Because it might be that I'm supposed to help you grow and to nourish something in your life. But I can't put you right here. You got to be over here in the corner where you can't stretch out and choke out nothing because you trying to sustain yourself. And it's sad to say, that's what a lot of people do in relationships now. Everything in the relationship is about what can I get from you, not what can I sow into you. How can I nourish, you know what I'm saying, your garden? How can I sow into you and make you feel more secure or more loved or more, you know, whatever it is. It's all about what can you give me? What can you make me do? What can, you know what I'm saying? It ain't, it's not gardening. Because whatever you feed and nourish, it's going to feed you and nourish you. Period. If you take care of the plant is going to produce something that you can then eat off of, and it'll keep you alive. So how do you keep wanting to go to a plant that you don't nourish and try to reap off of that produce or eat off that produce? You can't. There's nothing to, because you didn't nourish the soil. You didn't put the right nitrates in there. You didn't cover it when it needed to be covered, and the fire was hot. You didn't cover it up if the freeze was coming. You didn't do none of that, but you expected to produce. Well, make that make sense, because you ain't did nothing for it to produce nothing. You haven't you haven't poured no water on it. You didn't go out there and make sure that you took the bugs off of it. You just left it and let it survive however it did, and now you mad because you only got one tomato. Well, what did you put into that soil as to why you feel like you should get 100 out? You only came and checked on it when you thought about it. You only fed it or did whatever when you thought about it, not thinking that in order for it to keep you alive, you have to nourish it every day. And that's the same thing with relationships. Like, people don't want to do it. They want to be the only one that's able to go by and take an apple off the tree, even though they ain't put nothing in on keeping the apple growing through the seeding process and all of that. No. Mm-mm. We ain't doing it. So I love y'all. I'm about to go. We was on all last night and we ain't doing it this evening. I'm about to leave. Y'all still love me. I still love y'all. Hey, help, we about to go, Kelly. You gonna have to catch the rewatch. We about to go. Yeah. Hopefully you learn something today about yourself and other people around you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Bible teaches you about character. And I think that's why I love reading these lost books so much. Because it tells you about people's secret thoughts. And it shows that their secret thoughts. I'm sorry, Pumpkin. It shows that their secret thoughts. The verdict is out for debate. I might still love you. You know what? You'll be back tomorrow. You'll be back. I know, Joelle. You said this is a very good class, but I got chopped a lot. Listen. The karate teacher had to be the student at one point in time. Period. Yeah, I still love you. It hurted, but I know it was for my own good. I love y'all. It is, Iris. But there's other books that are roadmaps as well. Yeah. So, I love y'all. I'm about to go. No, thank you. I hope y'all have a good night, because I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock. Yep. So I'm going to do something else. See y'all later. Hopefully we can get back on schedule and I cannot be getting up at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. She beat the hell out of us. You know what, Kelly? But it was good. Petty! Class hurt, but I needed it. Listen, we getting in training. That's all I told y'all. This is basic. Now, in a minute, y'all all gonna have y'all specialties, but right now you in basic. And we all get the same basic training, babe. Don't think I didn't get it. I got it too. You said sure did gonna redress my wounds until next time. Patty, I love y'all. I do. But think about it. We grow here together. Even me. Don't think that I'm just teaching it. I have to deal with it myself. That's how I can teach it with such fervor. Shoot. Conviction, honey. It's a real thing. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later.